What it do? Well, that was horrible. Let's try that again. What it do, comic book gurus? It's your boy Razor Comics, and we are live. That's right, it's live. It's another football Sunday. Football, comic books. We are bringing it to you live, like we do every Sunday, 1 p.m. Standard Time here at Razor Comics. Sorry, guys, had a little bit of trouble backstage, but we are ready to go. I want to thank everybody who's been showing up, watching the show. What we do here every Sunday is we do football, we do comic books, we combine the two together. We bring the community together. We ask you guys to join. Anybody can join. Anybody can hang out. It's a ceasefire Sunday. Hashtag it up. Let everybody know about it. Hashtag ceasefire Sunday. What that means is there's no drama. We're not going to be shooting at anybody today. There is no razor rants, but there is razor rants. You can check those out. There's 9 of them. So go back and watch them, please. I really appreciate it. Also, guys, let's get this going. I'm going to let you guys know about a lot of things that are going on today. We have a lot to get to today, guys, and I do not want to waste any time. So do me a favor, smash the like button, do all that good stuff, comment, subscribe to the channel. Why subscribe to the channel? Well, great question you asked me. You see that banner that's scrolling down there? We have a 200 subscriber giveaway. Check it out, man. Your boy it's upgrading. 200 subscriber giveaway. It's happening November 2nd. I'm reading it with you guys. 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, U.S. domestic only. I'm giving away 10 books to one of you subscribers. So sub me up. Guess where I'm at, guys? 199 as of right now. I just checked. Before I jumped in here, I'm only one away. Just one. That's all we got to do. So just the 2 people that are in here, somebody help your boy out. Subscribe me up. Become that 200 subscriber, and then check me out. We're going to give 10 books away. I promise I won't let you down. Going to be co-hosted with my buddy, Cheap Comic Collector. He's going to hang out. He's going to give out some books because he's on his way to 600. Speaking of somebody who already has 600 subs, who's been doing her thing for a while here on YouTube before I have, I think she's been doing it since she's been a young buck, if I'm not mistaken. But now she is back. She's doing big things on YouTube, and I want to share this with the comic book community. I want to spotlight her today. So before I drop the link in the chat, invite everybody else on. I'm going to give her a couple minutes to promote her channel because I think everybody should be watching this next person. She is my new favorite YouTuber. I've been watching her for a couple months now. Sub her up. Everybody, let me make sure I get this to work because I want to get this introduction right. I was working on this last night, so hang on before I bring her on. Ladies and gentlemen, next up on Razor Comics for her first live stream, we have Gotham and Glam. Thank you, Gotham and Glam. Buddy, what's up, homie? How you doing? Good to meet you. I know we were having some audio issues beforehand, so we're kind of connected differently. I'm actually talking to her via Instagram because I'm having audio issues. We're going to figure out how it's going to work when I drop the link, but right now I want to spend some time to introduce you, Gotham and Glam. Thank you for stopping by, taking time out of your Sunday. I know you and your husband got a lot going on. You know, probably got a movie or a concert to get to, so thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, definitely. One thing I wanted to mention about Gotham and Glam is she is somebody that not only does haul videos, but she knows her stuff, man. She knows her shit. Like when I watch her, she doesn't just do haul videos like unboxing like I do. Like I buy a bunch of shit. I'm like, here, check it out what I got. She's actually interested in comic books. So the stuff that she buys and the unboxing that she does, she's interested in those books. There's a reason why she's buying those books. And her story into collecting is very interesting. Her most recent video that she dropped, she pretty much introduced herself. And what's funny, Gotham and Glam, is I try to do something similar to that. I introduced myself. Nobody gave a shit. Like only 50 people watched it. Nobody cared who I was. But the way you introduced yourself to the comic book community, I thought it was a really great idea. And I just wanted to ask you what actually, what made you decide to introduce yourself that way? Yeah, definitely. Oh, and the reason why I gravitated towards you, bro, because I watch people who I can relate to. Like there's a there's we all watch kind of the similar content, but I like to gravitate to people that I kind of I can relate to. Like when I watch your videos, you pretty much remind me of like my best friend's sister. Like, she was always hanging with us. She was always, smoking with us, rolling up. She used to listen to hip hop. She used to have like the coolest hip hop shit before we did. Like she'd be at the CD, the record store, the warehouse, digging through shit and coming. I passed by her room. She'd be bumping like Brother Lynch hung, and I'd be like, "How the hell are you? Where you getting Brother Lynch hung at?" I'm like, "The hell?" So it's when I see your videos, I'm like, "Man, this is somebody that's really cool." She's somebody that I can relate to. The content that she drops. One of my favorite videos that you did is with you and your husband back there. What's up, Broski? The one where you guys go to the movie theater. How you doing, bro? Good to meet you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Is that your guys' dog? Or it's a cat. Oh, that's a cat. Excuse me. Speaking of cats, I was just reading Feral. That's funny. Ah. She's awesome. I'm reading Feral right now. Like that's actually my books that I pulled out to my reading material for the weekend, and it's so good, man. Have you read Feral? Oh, bro. Yeah, and I watched your video. I know you're not obviously into horror, but I mean you like cats. So this about it's like kind of they get rabies and it's kind of like a zombie thing. You'd love it. It's pretty sick. No, but I will say the video that you did with your husband, the one where you guys go to the drive-in to watch the Joker, that was cool. I mean, Joker was horrible, but Joker too. But to see you guys to see you guys go to the movie theater, that was dope, bro. I thought that was so like such a good idea. I was like, damn it, I wish I would have thought of that. Nice. Now we got some people that are here joining us, so let me give a minute to thank everybody that's here. Let's run through some comments real quick. Um, yes, guys, we got a Gotham and Glam. You guys sub her up, check her out. She's my new favorite YouTuber. She's here with her husband. They're taking time out of their day. We got GT Key Comic in the building. Thank you, brother, for stopping by. My man, Darth Lopez in the building. Appreciate you. We got Garage Geek. Oh no, my live show at the same time. Sorry about that, bro. I know, man. You're at 1 p.m. Maybe we can link up sometime together. Darth Lopez got to score in the Bills. Thank you. We got Comic Vet. My guy, the Comic Vet. OG, triple OG. What up, fan? Bills Mafia. Go Raiders. And another woman of the YouTube community. Right. That's I'm glad, and that's cool, man, because not everybody does. So I think that Sunday is a good day for us to kind of just chill, drama free. We get to hang out, do shit like this. You know what I mean? So thank you guys. Thanks, Gotham and Glam, and and I'm sorry, I keep seeing your husband. I'm sure he has a name. Can I ask? Luke. I, if you don't know me, I like to do nicknames. If you watch my Razor rants, I come up with nicknames for people. We did one for circumstance. I came up with circumcision, but that's because we're having fun. But Gotham and Glam is kind of long, and then I hate to use real names all the time. Can I call you like G or GG or what do you think, man? I got to get the okay from you. What do you want to go? I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be like, hey G, Glam, poop. Got it. Glam. Nailed it. Thanks, Glam. We got another woman here, Lisa Noble. I'm not sure if you know her. She's one of the moderators that does live streams. So if you ever do a live stream, you guys, Lisa Noble's, I'm voting for her, and we're going to get to that in a minute. I'm actually going to fill out a ballot here, so wait for that, guys. Uh, Lisa Noble is one of the moderators. She's my Blue Wrench, so she helps me out, and she does stuff like this. So she drops links in the chat. There's your link, Gotham and Glam. Sub her up, guys. She does really great content. We got Niobe. We can skip over Niobe. Nobody cares about Niobe. They can't hear your guess. Can everybody hear what's going on? Can you hear on your end? Yeah, okay. Comic Vic said they just subbed her up. So boom, no audio from Gotham. They're saying there's no audio from Gotham. Let's see. Gotham, we don't have audio on from you. So let's see if we can get that fixed. Because Gotham says that she can hear on her end. So let's take a look. We can't hear her. Oh no. Let's see. All right, guys. Let me see if I can fix that. One sec. Give us a thumbs up if you guys can hear Gotham and Glam. Once you guys can hear her. Sorry, Rob, Fat Sack. Okay, guys, let us know when you guys can hear Gotham and Glam. Sorry, Gotham. I'm gonna let me know. Tell us a little bit more. Let's see if we can get this fixed here. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drop a link. All right, guys. Let's see if we can get somebody on here to help us out, man. Let's see if we can get somebody in the comment community. Rob Fatstack, Comment Vet. Some of you guys here that could jump on that are maybe a little bit more experienced here because we want to hear what Gotham Glam has to say, man. You know what I mean? We want to hear Glam. So if you guys can see the link, let's see if we can get somebody on here that can help us out, kind of fix our audio issues here. You know what I mean? Because that sucks. Somebody jump on here. Let's see, Niobe, whoever we got here that can jump on and that can help us out. Let's see if we can fix our little issue here.
Hey! Okay, thank you.
Let's see if we can get this fixed. We got Rob that's going to come on here in a moment. Let's see if somebody can jump on and get this corrected. Because, yeah, we are having some issues here. So I apologize.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hang on, guys. Bear with us. We're trying to get the audio fixed here. We're not sure.
Well, you're done. Just until we get the audio figured out, then we can.
Darth Hope says we hear the husband.
We hear the husband. The worst is your phone. Your phone.
Okay, now Gotham Glam, let's see if we can hear you.
Hello?
How do we got? I think we got you. Do we got everybody? Can we hear Gotham Glam? Can we hear everybody in the chat? Let us know. Let's see if we fix the audio problem because that was horrible if we didn't get that fixed. We're back. Oh, we're back.
Yep, on both.
We fixed.
All right, I
figured
think
it out.
you want me to get out of here then?
Everybody, you guys can go ahead and just forget the whole first 15 minutes. Don't even worry about that. We're going to add someone here to the stage. No, no worries. Comic Vic, can you hear me? Give us a thumbs up. We got Comic Vic here. Okay, Comic, can you talk so we can hear you? Oh no, we lost the audio again. Did we lose? Did we just lose the audio? What the hell just happened? Uh-oh. When the husband comes on, the husband was fine. Like, watch. Let's see if we can get him back on. That was weird. I don't. That's got to be a. Yeah, because that's. I don't know how we're not getting you on our end. Like I can hear. Hang on. This is horrible. We can't get anything to work here. Yeah, let's see if we can get this sorted out. I don't know what's happening here. I can't. We had it just a moment ago, which was weird. So I'm trying to get this. Let's see if we can get something to work here. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh wow! All right, let's try something else here. It looks like we have everybody on the stage. So when I don't have anybody muted. Everybody's here. We got to the comic vet that we can't hear. Let's see. Hang on, guys. We're gonna see if we can do something different here. 1 second. It's too, I hate that we don't have any audio. It's I'm trying to get. We got Rob here. Fat
Greetings and
Stack trying to help us
salutations.
out.
Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
that's good. Yes, I can. I cannot hear Gotham, which should be
Okay.
which means it should be a local device issue since your husband was able to go on from his device and we heard him. It means the problem is specific to your device. Most likely the microphone may be captured by another program. You might want to exit out of any other programs that may be up and then just go to the settings. Oh, just for a second.
Go ahead. Try that out, Gotham.
There you go.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, we're
You know
good.
what? We needed Rob to come here and fix our issue.
It's mustache magic.
Oh,
We needed Rob. It's what it is. Rob, you have the magic, man. You literally
It's
came
mustache
in and just
magic.
you saved the stream for us, buddy. You did it, man.
It's all about the
okay, well,
mustache.
I'm sorry for holding up your stream. I hope everyone hasn't abandoned us already.
Rob, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah,
Stopping
no
by.
worries. I'll talk to you guys
No,
later. I'll
Yeah,
watch.
thank you.
All right.
We appreciate that. Now, guys, Rob was awesome. He came in, he saved the show for 20 minutes. All you guys heard was me talk. So I'm gonna let Gotham and Glam introduce herself. Thank you, Gotham and Glam, for stopping by. We appreciate you. Thank you for sticking by us through all the audios. Wow. What a first live stream, huh?
Right. Yeah, right. Well, at least we're getting some of these kinks ironed out now, but thank you so much for having us on the show.
You know what I think it was?
Hmm.
Is it was the Instagram. It's when we were connected because we had
Yeah, I think it may have been.
yeah,
Yeah, because you sent me the link through Instagram, so there may have been something funny with it.
yeah, that's what it was. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that we got that figured out, guys. Now, if you guys don't know, we do have Gotham and Glam here, and then we have some people in the chat. We ran through them really quick, guys. Gotham and Glam. She has about 600 subscribers. She has her own show. If you haven't checked her out, sub her out. She does a really great job. Now, I did ask her some questions that you guys didn't hear anything to, so I apologize about that. But I do have some other stuff loaded up that I wanted to ask her, and I have no idea about. She is a big fan of heavy metal, specifically Power metal?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the hell power metal is.
Oh, well,
Maybe you can kind
these
of
guys
explain.
right here, Sabaton, they do metal about history, specifically historic war. So it's really cool, really powerful, like playing Call of Duty, just having that in the background. It's like just an instant montage. And I actually, I got some CDs right down here, like, you may have seen me talk about these guys on my channel, Powerwolf. They're really cool. They do sort of music about, like, they're kind of like preachers by day, werewolves by night sort of thing. And so a lot of power metal, there's kind of like a theme to it, a lot of like mythical sort of stuff. But yeah, it's fun. It's good stuff.
Is that the last concert you went to? What was the name of that band that you guys went to?
Powerwolf was one of the recent ones. I think.
Powerwolf was one of the more recent ones, but the last concert we went to go see Sabaton and Judas Priest.
Yeah, I don't think I shared that online.
We didn't share
so
that
I think Powerwolf was the one that you might be thinking of. Yeah, they just released a new album. It was only their second time coming to the US. They're from Germany. So we actually saw them their first United States show in New York City. We took a train there. Much better than driving.
You know what? I tried to listen to before I came on here. I was like, okay, I Google power metal.
Mhm.
And like the first, I don't know, first like five songs that pulled up. Like I was reading like the names of some of the songs. Like, damn.
Yeah, some of them can be kind of goofy. I'm a bit pickier. Like but there's a variety to it. Like there's a band like Ailstorm. They're like pirate metal, and they do like power metal, but their whole theme is pirates. So mainly, a lot of the times there's a theme, and they're just kind of having fun with it. My favorite is probably Sabaton or Powerwolf. They have very similar vibes. Like a lot of the times, it's like a very high-pitched vocalist, but Powerwolf and Sabaton, they're very, very deep. Like in Sabaton, it kind of sounds like you're listening to a drill instructor. Like
Right.
he just has that very like angry voice that kind of like very assertive.
But it's with a
So-
rhythm. It's with a rhythmic cadence,
Mhm.
like you're
Let's hear
marching
it.
into
Do the
battle.
Like
voice.
honestly, like I love history,
Do
I
the
love
voice.
learning stuff, and I learn a lot through listening to them. They have their own YouTube channel called Sabaton History, and they go into like the background of some of their songs, so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, these aren't like heavy metal artists that like have a hobby in history. No, these are actual like hobby. These are like actual like war historians that do heavy metal as a hobby. They're into the history. They have like multiple songs about notable warships. These are like actual history nerds that do really good heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a bit of a
Yeah.
concert movie. We're going to see it at the end of October.
That's
I'm really
dope, man.
I'm excited. Like Ghost put out, we did a video about the Ghost movie, and now Sabaton they're doing their own movie. So I'm really excited about that. But I just wanted to know because you said you Googled power metal. What were the first names that came up when you Googled power metal?
Let's do it, dude. I'm gonna show you right now. All right, let's make sure we're not connected again. That was awesome because I was trying to do my research. Like, okay, let me see if I can. All right, you ready? Here we go. These are probably not even gonna be power metal, right? Because I'm like, check this power metal. I'm like that douchebag with the power metal shirt, and they're like, that's not power metal. Crazy Train. Oh, that's Ozzy
That's
Osbourne. That's
Ozzy
not power metal.
Osbourne. That's not power metal.
That's not. Yeah, that's like.
You know what
No.
I'm saying? All right. What about Black Number One? Little Miss Scarall.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that.
I never heard of that exactly, man.
Maybe it's something if I've heard before, but I can't remember the.
You know what? You gotta check out this band right here.
These guys are power metal right here.
This one right here, Riot 5.
Riot 5.
Yeah,
Ryan
they
Five.
used to go by Riot back in like the 70s and 80s, but now they have a pretty much new lineup. This is really cool. This album,
what about-
Armor of Light, my favorite album by them is called Unleash the Fire.
Here, I'm gonna look Otis down now. Hey man, what about Freedom Call, man? You guys don't know about medals for everyone.
Hmm.
What about Angra from '92?
I'm not hearing a lot of power metal. Those might be a couple songs, but I don't think that's power metal.
This is the search that power metal gave me, man. Okay, top 10 power metal albums. All right, here we go. Winter Sun in 2004, number 1. Number 2.
I think I've heard that.
They might be power metal.
that
I think
sounds-
I've heard of them.
Number 2, Halloween Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 2.
Yes.
I think they're power
Yeah,
metal.
Halloween, yes.
Yeah.
All right, Blind Guardian, Imaginations from the Other Side, 1995.
Yeah, I think they're
No, Blind Guardian's definitely power metal. They're
Mhm.
pretty, they're up there.
Yeah.
So we're somewhere then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that guy. I gotta Google it, and then I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
No, heavy metal is my hobby. She's more into Glam's more into comics. I'm more into heavy metal. That's more my speed.
I don't know if I'd say that. I mean, who's the one pushing
Is
people
Tool
around in the
considered
mosh
heavy
pit
metal,
when
or
we go to
power
Oh
metal?
my
Power
goodness.
metal?
No, she's a maniac. We'll go to concerts, and we've been to enough concerts where I don't bother sitting in the back anymore. It's almost like watching the whole thing on video. I spend the buku bucks and I get right up front, right in the pit. I like to feel the concert.
Is there still mosh
And
pits?
she's
Is that
always
still a
pushing
thing?
people around. You got dudes bigger than me, and she's rattling around and throwing them and starting pits. We took our brother-in-law to see his first Amon Amarth concert, and she opens the pit.
Yeah, I mean, it was the second song. It was my favorite song. No one was moshing. My brother had never been in a mosh pit, so I'm like, I'm going to start this shit. So I shove into him, and then everyone just runs over and joins in. Meanwhile, he's smoking out of a water bottle pipe.
I brought in. It's a collapsible bong. You can make any water bottle into a bong.
Oh,
So I
shit.
just snuck that in, and I bought a water bottle there. And so
Can you
there's a
make that?
huge pit erupting, one that Glam started, and I'm outside of it like a degenerate, having the time of my life.
Yeah, you're doing this number, right? Where's my fucking? You're doing this number, and the
Oh.
Glam's out there fucking.
Yes.
That's I can see that. I can see that.
Their new album.
I don't know why. But
Oh,
I
no,
can
it's
see
in
that.
your car. It's okay.
So I mean, there's still mosh pits, evidently, right? I never been in a mosh pit, Glam. Am I pussy?
Yeah, it depends what kind of show you're at, but I mean, you'd be surprised. I've seen some mosh pits where you probably wouldn't expect them, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well, like
fun.
the
Some people
last-
think it's violent or aggressive, but really, it's more like just kind of shoving. Like I've heard people think that you're like going in getting punched, but like if you're at the right kind of show, like if you fall, people pick you up. It's a really good environment, actually. Like, people are always really chill, really nice.
Oh my goodness! No, there's nothing safer. There's no place safer on the ground floor than inside the pit. The dangerous part is outside of it, because that's when you got to worry about people falling and elbows and stuff. But in a lot of
Really?
those pits, it's just pushing, and when you push someone over, everyone, including the person that was being that did the pushing, it's the first. That's their first objective is to pick you back up again. Like it's not about putting someone on the ground. It's about like keeping the kinetic energy moving and feeling the energy of the song, and that's why a lot of the times it comes from songs that you wouldn't expect it. A lot of the really, really, really fast, heavy songs that people appreciate. Oh yeah, they start hits, but the really big ones come from songs that everyone knows, songs that everyone has the vibe to down already.
Like I saw
just got into a mosh pit for Turbo Lover from Judas Priest from our last show. That's like a
power metal.
that's kind of power metal. Oh no, Judas Priest is definitely,
Yeah.
but that song in particular, it isn't the kind of song that you'd want to run through a brick wall to. It's about love on the road, and it just erupted. Everyone knows it because it's a radio friendly song. So everyone erupted into into dance, for lack of a better word.
And
And it was
Glam,
a blast.
you said
It's not violent in the traditional sense. I guess it's just moving kinetic energy.
Yeah. And I remember Glam on her video. I remember saying that you have older brothers, right? So were
I
your
have one older brother and one that's a year and a half younger than me. My
Are
older
they-
brother is 10 years older than me, so there's a pretty
was he a
big
big
gap.
influence on you?
What was that?
Was he a big influence on you?
I don't know. I mean, like we were close, but in terms of like me finding myself, I think that kind of came on my own. Like comics were something that I enjoyed with my younger brother, the one who's like a year and a half younger, because we were close in age, so we grew up kind of with a lot of the same interests. But really, I mean, he had like his Super Nintendo, that's where like I found, video games, like Mortal Kombat. But he didn't really have an influence because he wasn't really around as much. He was a teenager when I was a little kid, so he was out doing sort of his own thing. But
Is he into
I
the
mean,
heavy
I
metal
definitely
too?
think I was molded by, being the middle child between two brothers. I never really got along with other girls that well. I was always just kind of one of the guys. Me and my younger brother had like a shared group of friends. So, it was kind of just the vibe my whole life.
And is he into power metal too? Do you guys have like the same
My brothers really aren't that big into music like I am. I was always the musical one, the metalhead. My younger brother, he's a bit more of an artist, and these days he's been getting more into music, but he's more into like, classic rock or like that kind of speed. I'm really the only metalhead. My older brother, he's kind of like a redneck sort of type, so he listens to a lot of country music or like radio rock, like he like the metal that he likes is kind of like the radio rock type, like the Slipknot, the Disturbed, Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good old country. Some good old Darren and Darren, man. There's nothing wrong with some good old Darren and Darren. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not my thing, but you know what? He's free to do his thing. He lives in Tennessee now, so I don't really get to see him that much, unfortunately.
And you know what's cool is when I was because I watch your videos because I'm a big fan. Like I said, I'm not no joke. You are my favorite YouTuber right now.
Wow, well, thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I actually learned from watching you. Like I was saying earlier, no one heard you, but I was saying I learned by watching a lot of YouTubers, and you're one of the persons that I watch and I learn from. And one of the things that I learned from you that I'm going to look into is you said that one of the things that got you into comic books was that you read the and I'm really interested to find this now is the encyclopedia. I guess the DC encyclopedia. Is that correct?
Yeah, as a kid, it's funny because my parents gave me and my younger brother a set of the DC and the Marvel encyclopedia. And as you can see how I collect, I've always gravitated towards the DC. I was always a Batman fan, so we wore that DC encyclopedia out like crazy. I wish I had it. I'm sure it's in my brother's room back at my parents' house, but
that's dope, bro. And is it just all the characters, or is it just
like everything you'd want to know? And like if there are different versions of the character, it has a little bio for each of them. Like I had said in the video, I never knew there was more than one Robin, and so the Death in the Family storyline where Jason Todd was murdered by the Joker, that always really piqued my interest because, like I mentioned, I was a big horror fan. And so I was just kind of shocked. Like, I can't believe something this graphic happened in a Batman comic. Like I said, I watched the Adam West show. So to me, that was just like completely out of left field. And so I always definitely had an interest in comics from there. But I mentioned that we had a Marvel encyclopedia because that one is still in like pristine shape. Like that DC one was worn to heck, and the Marvel one still mint. Probably get the 10-0.
It's still a brand new car. Hasn't been driven.
And that's funny it's funny you mentioned that because I am moving I did a recent video that I sold my whole. I don't know if I
Mhm.
told you guys this or if you seen it, but I sold my whole modern
Yeah, I
collection.
saw you did a stream yesterday or the other day.
Bro,
I popped in for a second. Yeah.
I was like kind of heart. It was a guy that I met off Facebook Marketplace. You guys got time? If you guys got to leave, go. You
Oh,
guys
we're
can leave
good.
at
We're
any time you
chill.
want.
No,
And
I'm
guys, the link is in the chat, guys. If anybody wants to hang out and got any questions for, we got Gotham and Glam. They're here. They're hanging out. She's here with her husband. And I'm sorry, we had audio's issue earlier. I think you said your name again, sir, was.
Oh, Luke.
Oh, my name is Luke.
Yeah, sorry, Luke. I had
No,
audio
you're good. You're good.
earlier. So if anybody wants to stop by, hang out, ask questions, please, guys, sub her up. Check out her videos. It's Gotham and Glam. We're hanging out, having a good time at Razor Comics. Yeah. And again, if you guys got to leave, please, feel free. I'll be here for the next.
No,
we're
no.
good. Yeah, we're planning on chilling today.
Cool,
So
man. No,
Yeah, we knew we were going on stream, so we left the afternoon open for us. It's a little later than from where you are. But yeah, no, we're good. We already ate and everything. We're all set.
Have you ever
Earlier,
thought
you
about
said you
selling
didn't
your
care for
collection?
the Joker movie.
I'm sorry, what was that?
oh my God, he's just looking to fight with someone about the Joker movie.
I'm not. I'm a little bit, yeah.
Oh,
But you said you didn't like the Joker movie?
I haven't seen it yet, man. I'll be honest with you. I heard that people.
It is
walked out of
amazing.
it.
It's not a it's really good. A lot of the reviews, I'm convinced, are made by people that don't like to read books without pictures.
Luke, let him see the movie and then y'all can chat. Okay?
Is it a musical?
It's a
A
psychological.
little bit,
It's a psychological thriller told through a musical. And if you think, oh, that's not something that I'm gonna particularly vibe with, then maybe you probably won't. But it is. It's not a dumb movie. It's really good.
Okay.
It's kind of niche. It's niche. It's not for everyone, but it's a very high quality film.
Because I'll be honest with you, everything, like most reviews that have come out have not been positive.
No, they
been
haven't.
like-
No, they
Yeah,
haven't. I'm not
I
convinced.
watched it.
It's my conspiracy theory that it's that Marvel paying those
my
viewers to
goodness.
not watch
Okay,
the movie.
Luke, we're not.
It's my conspiracy.
Just no, all these Marvel movies, they come out and they're made for 8-year-olds, and then a big boy movie comes out and it's not made for 8-year-olds. It's not a 4 out of 10. All right, it's a really good one, and everyone's dumping on it for no reason. Like the amount of spoilers that came out the minute the movie came out has me absolutely convinced that it was a sabotage.
Yeah, how come Glam doesn't
Yeah,
look
like
she,
Joaquin
she shares
Phoenix
your
and
same
Lady
opinions with
Gaga
you?
are apparently, I saw like headlines that they're in hiding because of all the hate mail they're getting. Like, why? They did phenomenal jobs.
Glam?
No, particularly Lady Gaga. She did such a wonderful job portraying Harley Quinn. So I really liked the way that was portrayed. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't over sexualized, and it was a real play with the twisted romance. I think Joaquin Phoenix is my favorite sad clown. I've never found sad clowns funny, but Joaquin Phoenix's Joker in both movies were hilarious.
Yeah, man. I grew up in the 80s, man. We used to watch clowns for for breakfast. You know what I mean? I grew up on clowns in the morning. What about Glam? What do you think, Glam? How was the movie? 7 out of 10?
I liked it. I mean, for me, I'm used to watching movies that are kind of more open to interpretation, and that's kind of how I saw that movie. It definitely leans into being a psychological thriller, and so I think there were some little tricks, some little things they were trying to do that maybe some people didn't pick up on, and I do go into that in my review. I talk a little bit about some spoilers, and so I'm not going to get into that here, but I really liked it. It's artsy. It's not for everyone. I'll accept that. I have a bit of a niche taste in movies, and a lot of the movies I like are ones that aren't always well received when they come out, but they kind of get a cult following later on, and I kind of think this might be a case like that, where maybe later down the line we look at it again and kind of get another appreciation. That's how I'm gonna leave it. He's gonna get heated and talk about it all day.
Yeah, go watch the video. Is what she's trying to tell you in a nice way.
Yeah, go watch the video. We go on the rant already. Unless you want to hear it again.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I one video I haven't watched of yours yet that you just did that I'm waiting to watch. I'll be honest with you. Is the Absolute Batman. I don't want to hear the review yet. Don't tell me anything. I don't. Luke,
I
don't say
won't.
nothing.
Yeah,
Keep
no,
Luke
just
quiet
go
over
read
there.
it, man.
Oh,
It's
there,
awesome. Go read
yeah,
it.
bro. I got mine.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to know anything going into it. Just
Okay.
read it.
Like,
Now, I was talking with my buddy, a cheap comic collector, about this the other day. He's going to be co-hosting my 200 subscriber giveaway, guys. So make sure I'm 199. I hope somebody didn't watch the first 10 minutes of the audio. Like, oh nope, unsubscribe. Now I'm at 197. So I'm almost there. 200. Going to do a 200 subscriber giveaway. So guys, hang out. Let's subscribe me up so we can do that. But yeah, what was I saying now? I totally forgot. I lost my mind in track, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about Absolute Batman. That's
we're
right.
talking about the
Yeah,
Absolute Batman.
Don't tell me about it yet. I'm waiting
Yeah, I
to open it up.
won't.
I have my box sitting right here, but I was talking to my buddy Cheap Comic Collector about it. We opened it up, or I opened up. He showed me some of the interiors online, and the interior artwork just didn't look all that great. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I hope the story's good, but as far as the artwork that I saw from the online previews, I wasn't feeling that artwork. So I'm hoping the story's pretty good. That's what
I
I'm
enjoyed
guessing.
the story.
Okay,
Yeah, I liked it.
They make so many little, I'm not spoiling anything, but they make so many crucial changes to the story. It actually legitimizes there's a necessity for having they're
Yeah, well, don't
changing
give
so
away
many
too much.
things while keeping the character the same.
What I do know, because I'm not trying to spoil it for anybody, as I do, because I don't know a whole lot about it, right? So what I found out is and if you guys don't know either, I guess, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I guess it's a universe that was created by Darkseid, right? This absolute universe that we have with Absolute Batman, Superman.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I might be wrong on that. So what I'm told is
That wasn't said in the first issue.
Well, yeah, but there was like a lead, and I didn't finish Absolute Power or the All In. I didn't get to that because I'm behind on my comic reading, so I just picked up Absolute Batman, kind of blind.
I want to get into new
but
comic book day stuff. Like I've been if it's anything like Ultimate Spider-Man, because I haven't picked up any new comic book day stuff for months. But now that this Absolute Batman drop, it's reminding me of Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm hoping that if it's anything, because that's what I'm thinking that they're trying to do, is they're trying to move in that, not a reboot, but introduce this new universe.
Here's something I'll say that I mentioned in my video. It doesn't spoil anything about Absolute Batman, but part of why I'm excited about it is because I always liked the Elseworld style stories, and I feel like a lot of them kind of fall short a little bit since they're only like a one-shot type issue. So I'm excited to see something like this in an ongoing form. So even if the first issue might not be your vibe, it's planting the seeds for something that's going to build up. And I think there's a lot to be excited. And that's kind of the way I structured my video, is what you should be excited about in Absolute Batman, since there is a lot that's going on. So that's
and this is the video
that's sort of what I was
Absolute
going
Insanity
for.
video. That's the most recent one I think came out. Got 89 views now, guys. Check it out. This is Gotham and Glab's website here. 639 subscribers. So subscriber up. I feel that you should be well above that. I think that if you do like some more of these live streams on your own, on your guys' end, I think the comic book community would like to hear more from you and your husband.
Luke,
you guys have a lot
should
to
I
say.
talk about some of the stuff we have planned?
I love to have conversations with you.
This is all you, man. You have great videos right here. White Batman will not appear in the Penguin.
Yeah, so there's a weird thing with my channel. So I have a few videos that have popped off, and they're like close to 2K views. And when I look in the analytics, those ones are being recommended on comic book content. And the other videos, when I look, they're just being recommended on random shit. So like a lot of these videos I think would be doing better if the right audience was finding them. So it's a very frustrating situation with the YouTube algorithm that I can't really do anything about, it's very, very strange.
It is. I found that too. Like I'm barely at 200 subscribers, and it seems like I should, it's taken me a while. I'm gonna have a year celebration, and I feel like what am I missing on where I'm seeing these other cats that have 1,000 subscribers, 800 subscribers, and their views are like nothing compared to the views that I get on some of my videos. So
Mm-hmm.
I wonder that too. Like, what is it? The algorithm? Is people not getting getting my videos recommended to them? Because when I look at your content, man, why you should be excited for Absolute Batman, how I started collecting comic books. This was my favorite right here. Watching Joker, this was awesome. You guys did this. It took me back to my childhood when I used to go. My parents used to take us to these drive-in theaters, and
Mm-hmm.
they would hide us in the back seat, put a blanket over us. That way they wouldn't pay for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sounds like something my mom would have done.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So when I watch your videos, man, and you do these breakdowns, why Batman will not appear in the Penguin series. These are awesome videos, and I feel more people should know about Gotham and Glam. You have the comic adventure in Toronto. You have almost 2,000 views. That I don't know how you do those where you dig through comic books. I see other YouTubers do that.
It's a
That's
pain in
hard.
the
I can't
ass.
do that, bro. That's like
Some
takes,
people,
yeah.
I know they have something that they strap the camera onto and it makes it easier, but for me, I was just holding my phone, digging one-handed, and it was a pain in the ass, and I edited myself stumbling through that box out a couple times, but,
Yeah.
I think I made for a good video.
You live for
Yeah.
that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
has a
definitely.
blast. The secret is she has a
Well,
blast.
like I mentioned before, I had this channel for a little while. I started it when I was in high school, and I was doing like music and movie stuff. And I used to watch a lot of people on YouTube who did like movie hunting videos back when you could find movies in Target and Best Buy. Our Target just recently gutted the whole movie section, but I used to watch a lot of these like out and about type videos where these guys go to a bunch of stores. Like there's a channel I used to watch called Wet Movie One. He would do like videos where he called it Hoarding Up. And he was just kind of like this big funny guy. And he's like, today we're going hoarding up. And then like I always wanted to kind of do stuff like that. But as a kid, I was kind of anxious. So I just did like quiet little videos in my room. And I started back up on YouTube like a year ago, and then I took a bit of a break. We were having some issues at our old apartment, and then, we had a move to deal with. So I've only recently been kind of getting back into it in the last few months. But yeah, I really appreciate that you've been watching the videos because I really like your content as well. It's nice
Yeah,
to hear
bro.
fresh, different faces in the community. We need it.
Team up,
We
man.
need.
Like, this is the Marvel team up. Glam and Razor. You know what I mean? And Luke.
Mm-hmm.
We
Oh
got the
hell
team
yeah!
up right here,
And
guys.
something I kind of want to drop little hints that you might be seeing a bit more of Luke because
Yeah,
we
man. Look
are
up.
actually planning to start a podcast together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
And the name of it. Should I say the name of it?
The working title is The Bold and the
No,
Stoned.
no, the Brave and the Stoned.
Oh, I love it. First,
Yeah.
I'll be the first subscriber. I'm
Yeah,
on. You already got me.
because Luke recently has been taking an interest in comics. Here, let me pull out that book I just got you.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Because his favorite comic of all time.
Let's see.
The one I won't shut up about.
Yeah, he hasn't read a whole lot of comics, but it was funny because when we first became friends, because we were like best friends for good 6 months before we started dating, and he was crushing on me. I was going to his house because we had like the same group of friends, so I was going to his house like every day. And there was one night he didn't want me to leave, so like right before I was about to head out, he just started asking me, I want to get into comics. What are some Batman comics I should read? And so, at that time, that was before I had really like expanded. So I had kind of a basic knowledge at that point. I knew like the popular story. So I recommended like The Killing Joke. Like that was the first comic I read in full was The Killing Joke. So said that, and then The Dark Knight Returns. And he didn't necessarily care for the Killing Joke that much, but he loved The Dark Knight Returns, and it became the only comic he read for many years. And it was so funny
Nice.
because one year for Christmas, I got him Frank Miller's Superman Year One, the hardcover deluxe edition, and he started reading that. And then, like, one issue in, he decided he wanted to pick up The Dark Knight Returns again.
I was like, wow, man, this Superman's really
And
cool.
so-
and then, like, I read, like, 10 pages in, and like, wow, that's really cool. Time to reread the book I already read.
So, like, I started out for many years when I was reading and collecting comics, I was just picking up, like, collected editions, trade paperbacks. It wasn't until, like, last year that I really started getting the single issues and trying to fill runs and stuff like that. And he never got it. Like, he was always like, why would I need this? I'm fine just getting the trade paperback. And then I got him this book recently. I found this for $5.
$5, issue
Dark Knight
4 of
Fall.
4, right? Dark Knight Fall. Yep, the Dark Knight Falls, right? And now maybe it's just the trade paperback that I'm accustomed to, the one I've read probably half a dozen times at this point. But the paper and the colors just don't look the same. I'm looking at this. I think this is a first press.
Yeah, it's
right?
the first.
Yeah, this is a first pressing, and the colors are just more saturated. And the fab, I know you can't tell on the camera, but it's just a different texture. It's like the trade paperback I had was like a glossy finish, and everything looks kind of like looks washed out. But no, this original, it's like everything pops. So maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but I don't think I am. Not by this much. This looks almost totally different.
Let me show you. I've started, now that you mentioned paperbacks, I've started going back and picking up now. I used to just read comic books, like pick up tons of comic books. I'm actually going backwards, and I'm now collecting trade paperbacks, and I'm gonna start picking up omnibuses because
Mm-hmm.
I was saying earlier, I did reboot my whole collection. I sold almost pretty much all my modern collections, and I still like to read comic books, but I found out I like to read them like that now. I like to read trade paperbacks. Because I want to read the whole story.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I still love picking them up, for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Is I miss so much of like your husband. Like he's new to the hobby now. I miss so much reading. Like there's so many stories just like that, like Dark Knight. Stories like this, like New Avengers, like
Yeah, right here. I've been slowly making my way through No Man's Land. This is actually
that is
one of three that I read through Road to No Man's Land, which is the first part, the lead up, and then this is the first part, and I'm about halfway through this one. Because, you know, it's hard to find time sometimes to sit down and crack the omnibus open, but I'm making my way through. I got a shelf of some of these I've been building up.
Like omnibuses, and you're an omnibus reader.
She's about halfway through this.
Wow, bro, you're legit a collector.
She's about halfway through this.
You're a real comic book collector. Like you're legit. You know what I mean? Like I'm fake.
No,
you're not.
Oh no, man. We're all real collectors. If you have a comic collection, you're a real collector. That's the way I look at it.
Bro, that's the level I'm trying to get to your level right there in the game. I want stacks of omnibuses. And I'm trying, like you're gonna make fun of me. Guess who what omnibus that I picked up? Because like I want an omnibus. The first one that's coming to me. Just check this out. Is Rick and Morty.
Oh, nice.
That's the first
he used to be a really big Rick and Morty fan, actually.
I used to be a really huge Rick and Morty fan, but then I stopped drinking.
Yeah, says the guy with a beer right in front of him.
Exactly.
I'm the one who actually stopped drinking. I haven't drank alcohol in years.
You stopped everything but weed.
Yeah, I started smoking weed and then I stopped everything.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped just 2 minutes ago. I'm gonna start again, bro. But yeah, I definitely want to start reading more omnibuses because that's like, to me, that's the way to go. I used to clown on people that would collect omnibus, make fun of them. Oh, look at you with your big magical spell book, bro. You know what I mean? Loser. What are you gonna do? Cast a spell on me? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but now that I switched up my habits, I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read omnibuses and trade
Mhm.
paperbacks. I can actually catch up and actually read stories, and I'm gonna now collect like keys, like kind of like your books, like the favorite books that you like characters that
Mhm.
I'm into, Silver Age stuff that I want. And then, for my reading material, I'm gonna go to like the omnibuses and the trade paperbacks,
Mhm.
but still pick up new comic book day stuff like the absolute Batman, because that's shit that I'm like, oh, I'm really into. I gotta have that. Like I can't get
Mhm.
away from the new comic book. It's like crack to me. It's like
Yeah.
gotta
Oh
have that. I gotta
yeah.
have that. Yeah, exactly. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna try as hard not to go hard on New Comic Book Day. Only kind of stick to the new absolute kind of stuff. But as far as the reading, I found out that when I was picking up comic books, I would pick up so many of them, and then I have so much OCD, I couldn't read. I wanted to read everything, and then I can't
Mhm.
pick up like number one, and then number four, and then number six, and then number five. I gotta read. I gotta sit there and I want to read the whole thing. I can't
Oh
wait next
yeah.
month.
Oh, I have
You know what I
something
mean?
cool to show you actually. Okay, this is something I haven't shown on Instagram yet, haven't talked about on YouTube. I'm waiting until a
What do
little
you got?
closer to
Ooh.
Halloween,
Ooh.
but I'm totally in the same boat with you. I want to complete everything and just read things in full runs. So I think you may have seen in some of my videos, I was talking about my demon collection, my Jack Kirby
Yeah.
demon run. I was really close to finishing it. Well, what if I told you I had already finished that run before I filmed those videos?
What?
My dude. So, like I said, we had
Hey,
been moving, and a lot of my comics were just kind of scattered about in random boxes. And so I thought I had all my demon books together. I thought that, I knew I was only missing issue 11. So then I was looking for a certain book to post on my Instagram as like a Halloween type post. And in the box that I checked, I found Demon issue 11. I already had it, and I finished the run, and now I'm going to read it. And I'm going to make a video telling this story and then doing a review of my first time reading Jack Kirby's
no,
Demon. So you guys got it here first, a little exclusive. But
that's
yeah,
sick,
show off all
bro.
these
Sick, huh?
covers.
How did it feel? Like once you knew that the run was finished and you actually you're like,
Oh, it felt so good. I was just like, I told him right away because he was about to buy it for me. He
I
was
was
gonna
about
like
to surprise
eBay
her.
it.
Yeah, I was just about to buy it and
good
surprise
man,
her,
good
and then
man.
she's like, "Oh, guess what I got?" I'm like,
And
cool.
I was just like, wait, what? It's like I
Wait,
just
what?
saw it in the box, and then I like, it's the one. It just happened to be the one.
Oh, that's
No
so
fucking way.
no fucking way. That's dope, bro. I'm trying. I'm trying to fill my Howard the Duck run right now. Like I'm old school. I got the paper, like ones that I need, so that when I'm
Hmm.
like casually just hunting for shit, if it pops up, I'm like, I think I need that one. So to see somebody actually fill one of the runs that they've been trying to fill for a
Hmm.
while. For it to be
Yeah,
demon.
I
That's
mean it's only
sick,
a
bro.
16 issue run, but that it was easy to collect and
Hell
it'll
yeah.
be quick to read. So I'm planning on over the next week cracking these open and reading them, and then I'll be posting a review. So keep your eyes out for that one.
Oh, that's sick, man. Congratulations, buddy. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, this is not a part of that.
When you
That was just.
when you can knock out some of your comic book goals, you know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
an end of the year goal, and you've already got it knocked out before the year's over. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's dope right there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I was hoping to finish that by the end of the year, so I didn't
Hell yeah,
realize how
man.
close I already was.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. That's
Thank
so
you.
good. And this is why legit you're my favorite YouTuber. Look at that, man. You just showed omnibuses. You just showed your whole demon run that you have the exclusive, homie. You got it right here at Razor Comics right now. So and again, that's why legit. When people say who's your favorite YouTuber, people always they say oh big names. You know what I mean? Enter big name here. You know what I mean? For me, this is the person that I've been watching. So Gotham and Glam, She does an amazing job, man. And you guys just nailed it today, bro. You guys brought fire to the show today.
Well, thank
So
you.
man,
Yeah,
thank
and
you guys for
I want
sharing,
to
bro.
keep bringing out bangers, and I hope you keep bringing them out. I love the rants. I love the unboxings, all the different types of stuff you do. And I think
Yeah,
it's
man.
great
Thank you. I
that,
appreciate it.
you're bringing the community together in this way.
Rob said that he had a damn party when I finished my ASM run. Best feeling to complete runs and collecting quests. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
And that's
thinking maybe next I want to try to do a Silver Age Spectre run, because that's another fairly short run. A lot of Neil Adams covers in that one. I love collecting Neil Adams. I'm sure you could tell I've been prioritizing Silver and Bronze Age lately, and those
yeah,
are
yeah.
just some of my favorites.
Yeah, man. That's
Especially
dope,
Bronze
bro.
Age. Lately, bronze. Like for a while, I was really like hardcore collecting silver, and I kind of skipped bronze. But lately, I've been. It might be my favorite now.
I got something. I got some stuff. I got some
Mhm.
stuff.
Sorry, just getting over a cold. So.
Stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Right? Little scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Little scarecrow action.
Ooh.
Little
Giant
giant-sized
size
Dracula.
Dracula.
Yeah, we
Nice.
have Dracula the movie to watch soon.
Nice. Got a little team up. Little Spider-Man and werewolf.
Awesome. I always
Right?
like the team ups. Like I really like picking up the DC Brave and the Bold. That's probably very
And then for the
similar.
Halloween, you got to have all the good old bronze horse,
Mhm.
and then you got some of that living mummy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then I love this cover right here.
Oh, nice.
So I got a little Bronze Age action going on.
Nice. Yeah, and I know you had mentioned something. You were gonna ask me about my favorite horror movie, so I actually pulled out some comic books that
Ooh.
were kind of adjacent to that.
I'm gonna make you big. Ready?
Okay.
Let's see.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I was going to mention something about my favorite horror movie because you wanted to know about that. And so
Yes.
my favorite horror movie, favorite horror character, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, all the way.
Yeah.
That first movie, I watched that so many times as a kid. Actually, my first exposure to Freddy was through Freddy vs. Jason. That was one of the first horror R-rated movies I watched as a kid, and I always just was drawn to Freddy. I love that, like, he's creepy, and he's also just kind of funny. Like, I think that they go a little too far in some of the later movies, even though there are some good Freddy moments always, but I always just like those first three movies a lot. And so I actually have some Nightmare on Elm Street comics I wanted to show off. So
Sorry.
this is
There you
number
go.
1 from the Paranoid run. I believe this is a 3-issue run, and I have 2 of them.
That's from the what run? It said it's from the Paranoid run?
Paranoid,
seen
yeah,
that.
that's the name of the storyline right there. It's from
I've never seen that.
Avatar Comics, but I
That's
believe
neat.
this is a 3-issue set, and I have 2 of them, so I just need to find that third one eventually to read those because, like we were saying, I need to have the complete set.
Nice. That's it?
Yeah,
That's all you got?
I wanted to find my Blu-ray set of Nightmare on Elm Street to bring on, but since we moved, some stuff is mixed up, and I can't find my Blu-rays, and I have a nice, pretty big collection of Blu-rays on top of my comics, so I'm stressing out a little bit about that, but we're keeping it cool,
What out of all the Freddy
She's
Krueger
keeping it
movies,
cool. I'm not. I'm
what was your
flipping out.
favorite Freddy Krueger movie out of all of them?
For me, it's always the first one.
Yeah.
Although
Yes.
number 3, but he has a bit of a hot take.
I have
so
a really hot take. I have a really, really hot take about Nightmare on Elm Street. All right. Most underrated. Okay, the first one's the best one. That's not really. I mean, 1 and 3 are pretty cool, but like everyone can kind of agree one's the best. one of my favorite, 2. I love number 2. It is gay as hell, and it is very intentionally so. I love it. I absolutely love that movie.
Luke, you would really like it. I feel like I remember you did a rant where you were saying everyone in comics is gay or something like that. I remember cracking the fuck up. No, he did. He
I want to hear that rant.
I think it was a stream he did, and he went off on a rant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it, guys. You want a rant? Okay. Well, I got to. If I do a rant, I got to do I got to do an actual rant. So hang on.
Oh, wait. Let me get a beer.
All right. So let's do the rant. And this is the rant that I actually canceled it because I was gonna do this rant, but then I used it on one of the live streams I was on. So I'm glad that you watched it. Thank you for watching, Glam.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do the rant. You hit on it where everybody in the comic book community is gay, right? That was gonna be a big one, man. I was gonna drop that one. So let's do it properly. Let's do this. All right. Here we go. One sec. Playing a thing. What to do, comic book gurus? It's your boy Razor Comics, and we are live here with Gotham Glam. Gonna drop a Razor rant for you live. That's why a Razor rant that we scrapped, we're gonna give it to you today. What's going on in the comic book community, guys? Well, I'll tell you, a little bit of gayness going on. Is everybody in the comic book community gay? What's happened here? Marvel, Disney, woke? Everybody. Yes, I'm talking everybody is gay in the comic book community. No, Razor, it's not me, man. I'm not gay. Yeah, it's you, buddy. You're gay. The buddy next to you, he's gay. The guy that's reading that Marvel book, the Conan cover, those X-Men covers, little gay, buddy. I'm just saying. Reason why, like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get into it today. Who's woke, who's not? It doesn't matter, comic book community, because we're all a little gay. There is percentages. There's level. Some a little gayer than others. That's okay. It's okay to be a little gay because that's what the comic book community is. We read some books with men in tights, women in tights, men that have sleeves shirtless and showing off ripple muscles, and that's okay, guys. It's nothing wrong. We all have a little bit of level of gayness in us, and the more that you accept that into your world, the more inclusive that you become in this comic book community that we have here. People like Gotham and Glam, people like Razor Comics. Inclusive. You include more people. You're going to get better stories. You're going to get more reaction, more people that are going to be more interested in what you have to say. So it's okay to be a little gay because you are, comic book community, a little gay. And there it is, your live Razor rant. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Let's bring back Gotham and Glam because that's what you guys came here for. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. It's okay to show that you're gay. Niobe's saying that he's not gay. That's all right, Niobe. We're all a little gay. You know, you can admit it. Do you trip out on people that get all upset when they get into this whole Disney is gay and it's, oh, I'm not watching it because that's gay, man. It's funny to me. I don't even, to me, it's not even a thing. It's like, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't watch Disney stuff because it's gay. I just don't watch it because a lot of it sucks.
Exactly. I don't watch it because it's gay because it sucks. Right. Exactly, man. It's not because it's gay. It's because it's just shitty content.
Well, a lot of these focus tested movies that have all they're made for the lowest common denominator, and it's so easy to tell. You can look at the trailer, you can look at the marketing, you could just kind of look at it and say, this movie just isn't for me. Maybe it's made for everyone else, but that's okay. But it's not made for me, so I'm not going to go out and watch it.
Yeah,
and that was kind of my take with the female Ghostbusters. Like, I saw that and I wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm going to go hate watch it. No, it's not my thing. It wasn't made for me, or, I'm not going to watch it. So why would I hate watch something that I think is that that wasn't made for me? If all these companies are going to put millions and millions of dollars into making things as for the lowest common denominator, they can't be surprised that they're losing people that want a little bit of nuance. And that's something I really appreciated about the new Joker movie, is that it wasn't made for everyone. Deadpool 3 may have been, like, I could see myself like taking like a 12-year-old to see Deadpool 3 for like their first R-rated movie. They'd really enjoy that. I don't think they'd enjoy Joker 2, and it's because they're not fundamentally like Deadpool 3 is a buddy cop movie and Joker 2 is a psychological thriller told through a musical. It's it's not made for everyone, and but you know what, it didn't have they didn't feel the need to spoon feed me the plot every 10 minutes. I'm really tired of movies doing that. Like, I feel like the last handful of Marvel movies, they how many of them they're made? Like 40, 50 something? I don't know. Do you need to watch? How many of them do you really need to watch? Because you just watch the latest one, not even the latest one. You watch the last half hour of the last movie that came out, and it spoon feeds you the whole plot, the whole thing. It's not meant. It's not. I don't know.
I thought the female Ghostbuster movie was funny.
I didn't watch it, so maybe it was, but I wasn't gonna sit through something that I felt wouldn't please me.
Joe, I you know what? I first did not like the first episode of Agatha, but man, I stuck in there, and I tell you what, I'm really enjoying the new Agatha Harkness series, man. I'm really digging it now. Now that I gave it that, I was shitting on it the first episode. It was horrible, but now I'm really digging it. I don't know if you guys are watching Agatha, but I am. I like it. Darth Lopez, I like all of them, sir. All of them. You watched it bake Razor, that's why. I watch everything baked, man. That's why I love everything. I'm not a good guy to do reviews on shit because there's nothing that I watch that I can't say anything bad about. Like everything I watch, like, oh man, that's pretty fucking sick, bro. The new Acolyte series that dropped, loved it. Everybody hated it. They all shat. I was like, this is fucking dope, man. What are you guys talking about? Rob
I feel you there, man.
Was bad once you separate it from the other go. I know, man. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I mean, they did a pretty decent job. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to be them taking the new, it was the own little thing for a while. I mean, it didn't do bad. Yeah, Penguin's definitely a masterpiece. That's on another level.
Yeah, we love the Penguin.
Yeah, I really like it. It's like a Sopranos, but in Gotham.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
It's produced by HBO, so I feel it works.
Yeah, I love the Penguin. He's one of my favorite Batman characters, and I feel like a lot of people kind of sleep on him, so I'm enjoying it.
No, I think you nailed it, Luke. It's Sopranos, right? Like Batman Sopranos. It's pretty dope the way that they're doing it.
Yeah, we watch a lot of mob movies, so definitely our type of style.
Have you ever wondered why in the Penguin TV show with HBO Max, there's no Batman in it?
Well, I made the video.
You did? Did you make a whole video on it? If you were to go on her YouTube page, you'd be able to see the awesome video that we made together. It happened to be a whole rant. Did we make
go back and watch the video?
You weren't in that. I wrote like 10 pages of script for that. You had no part of that.
It's important to know that, Celia, you may have written it and shot it and started it and edited it. But I was moral support, which means I should get most of their credit. I don't know.
Hey, man. I mean, his favorite video is the Joker movie, which you were in. So, you know what?
Then maybe we should do more things.
I agree. That's why we're...
Have you ever thought about, getting,
even watch your videos, bro?
We should start a stream house, man. We just moved into a house. I enjoyed the Acolyte. No, everybody hated it, man. I love anything that's Star Wars. If you can give me Star Wars, I don't care how people bad they think it is. If you just give me lightsabers and you give me a little bit of action with a little, I don't care if it varies off from the storyline, the actual continuity or continue. How do you say it? Continuity. Say that again.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Insane.
No, see, no, I grew up watching Star Wars.
I smoked
We had
3
this
bowls already. You can't
we
say
had
that
this
word right now.
9-hour
Yeah,
tape.
yeah,
This,
Luke, of course.
of course, yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't think I've heard a joke more often than Luke, I am your father. Yeah, so I have, I have something of cred. But I remember growing up, we had this 9-hour VHS tape that had all 3 movies on it, right?
Yeah.
And I wore that out blank. Wore that out raw. Really, of course, the prequels. The originals held in the highest regard. The prequels, I remember people pretending not to like those movies, and those movies have recently come into good favor. Say what you want about the prequels, the sequels are forgettable. Like the Disney ones, I watched it and forgot what happened immediately after. Except with Rogue One, I happen to really like Rogue One. That one I think I'd actually bother rewatching.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi series? Oh man.
I didn't
Yeah, we didn't see that.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, it's so good.
my problem with a lot of those shows. I heard it was good. The same thing with The Mandalorian. I heard it was good.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with a lot of these serialized shows, it's they're a season is what 10 to 12 hours long. I feel like you could take an X-Acto knife and you could have made that into 2 movies, and you wouldn't have lost anything. I feel like there's not I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's just me.
Shows, so maybe you shouldn't.
No, I'm not saying like shows. I'm not saying that show in general. I'm saying just shows in general. I feel like they don't respect your time.
We normally don't watch a lot of the shows. We're more movie watchers, but I've been really liking The Penguin, especially since it's like a mini series, like a limited series. So. It's kind of necessary for the next Batman movie.
So,
and then someone was mentioning in the chat about the Caped Crusader animated show, and that was really good.
Yeah,
really
Rob said that he watched it. I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, yeah. I won't say
that's the one that took
then.
place in the. That's the one that takes place in the 40s. Oh yeah, no, that's really cool. It's has a very Batman animated series-esque kind of feel to it. It takes place in the 40s, so he's still. Bruce Wayne still got all the gadgets and the tech, but it's, 80 years ago tech.
Yeah, it's on Amazon or some shit, right? It's not even on.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I seen that, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know if this is going to be any good. I have to come back to it. But the Ewok, Rob mentions the Ewok Caravan of Courage. That was an abomination. The new Ewok cover just came out, or it's going to come out. I'm not sure if it came out or it's going to come out, but the Ewok 1. I seen the cover to that. I was like, oh man, I gotta have that. This is why I missed New Comic Book Day. Have you seen the new cover to the new Ewok series that's coming out? It looks pretty good. And the story looks pretty good. Hey,
look at that.
Hey man, I like you too.
Getting fans.
I'm getting fans.
You already got fans, man. Before your podcast even dropped. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at okay, I'm starting to like this guy more. Look at Luke, man. Look at Luke's
he's an acquired taste. Take a little bit of time, but once you get to know him, he's pretty cool.
I have something acquired.
Ask him if you like Andor. Andor? Andor.
No, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
We got Perry Comics stopping by. What's up, man? Hey guys, we are just hanging out here with Gotham Glam. I'm going to go over a couple things here, take a quick break. I'm going to run through some quick football stuff because you guys know I do football. There is a football and comic book show, and somewhat.
Yeah. Home run.
Yeah. Home run. Let me show you this cool little board that I have because I'm trying not to do any copyright stuff. So let me show you what I found. Let's do this. I'm going to run through some scores and show you this here. Hang on. We're going to share this tab here. Add this to the stage. Here goes my football portion of the show. And here we go. Okay. Quick football portion of the show, right? So let's run through some scores. We have, let's see, we got LA, we have Chargers, Denver, second quarter. It's 20-0. 20-0. Chargers are whipping ass right now. You got Pittsburgh and Las Vegas. Oh man, that's my Raiders right there. You got Steelers and Raiders. Steelers are winning 12-7. It's the second quarter, almost halftime. Next game up, we got Atlanta and Carolina. Looks like Carolina is up 10-7. It's already the second quarter, 8 minutes. We got Detroit and Dallas. People are interested in this game, 17-3. Looks like the Cowboys are getting their ass handed to them by the Lions. It's the beginning of the second quarter. And that's where we're at for the live games. Couple of finals. You got Jacksonville losing to the Bears, 16-35. You got Washington losing to the Ravens, 23-30. The Cardinals busted up my parlay, 13-34. Got demolished by the Packers. Houston, 41-21. We found out Patriots are not for real. Packers, 51. They dropped a 50 burger on the Saints. That's right, 51-27. Browns, 16-20. They can't get over that hump no matter what. Last final scores, Indy, Tennessee, 20-17. And we are all caught up, guys. That was the football portion of the show. So back to the comic book talk. Hey, there she is.
Pack in a bowl real quick.
All right. Now, a couple other things I wanted to cover. Why I have everybody here. I have some things coming up. One thing I have is a 200 sub giveaway. That's going to be coming up. Do me a favor, guys. It's going to be on November 2nd at 3 p.m. What I'm trying to do is I want to make it kind of like a hangout, right? Before the comic book community awards. So that's what I'm trying to do is like do this little hangout where we can get together, and then I'm going to do a giveaway where I'm going to give away 10 books. Now the giveaway is going to be books that I put together, and I'm still kind of going back and forth, Glam. Like I'm so stressed out on this giveaway because I want to give away like 10 good books. You know what I mean? So here's what I did. I'm not going to show you the books because I'm going to do a live unboxing where I'm going to show the books off. But what I did was I put 10 books. I figure people want like exclusive covers, right? So they want like, some cool covers, like an exclusive. And then I figure people want at least like one key, maybe, a key book that you would consider, whatever. And then just some other like cool covers that I think are sick. So I'm struggling trying to put 10 together. So what I did was I made a separate pile of giveaway books because I couldn't just do 10. I'm like, oh man, I got these other ones that I want to include. So I'm going to give away 10 books, and then I'm going to do another giveaway of separate books. And I hope people like to give away books. I hate to say that they're free because, they're not necessarily free. People have been supporting the show for a while, they've been writing with me. So I hate to say it's free books. They're not. It's just a giveaway. I'm just giving back to the comic book community for just supporting me. So I've been like just kind of I've been honestly been stressing, bro, because I want the giveaway. I want to give away some cool books to the people. You know what I mean? And it's fucking stressing me, Glam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did a bit of a giveaway on Instagram a little while back when I hit 1,000 followers, and I was kind of trying to personalize the giveaway a little bit. So what I did was I announced the giveaway, and to enter the giveaway, you had to tell me your favorite character from comics. And so then I kind of worked with that to pick out some books that I thought people might really like. Like the main giveaway, I had a Night Terrors sealed hardcover because I had an extra one, something up with the postage in Amazon. So I had an extra one. So I was giving that away. And then the one girl who won it, she was a big fan of Red Hood, and she mainly only collects modern books. So I threw in the issue where Jason Todd is stealing the tires off the Batmobile. I had a duplicate of that, so threw that in for her, and she was so excited. She said she didn't have any books from that era yet, so yeah. I was happy to start the collection there. And then cool. I picked a runner-up, and I got like a 1 in 25 Batman cover that he really wound up liking. And I made them some tie-dye t-shirts. Like that was like kind of the secret thing I sort of snuck in. I just sort of asked for their shirt size, but I make these custom tie-dye t-shirts where I buy black shirts and I bleach them and then do tie-dye, and it turns out really cool.
Yeah, man, that's good ideas. Like, because I was thinking about that. Like, maybe I should reach out. But see, we got to remember, I sold like almost everything. Like when the
Mm-hmm.
dude came by, like he was like he wanted everything. So like, I want that cover. I'm like, fuck. So I tried to cherry pick as much as I could. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I have like exclusive covers, and I want to give out a key. So I hope that I do good on the giveaway, because I do want to, it's important to me to give back to the community and give something that
Mm-hmm.
is worthwhile, that people are going to hang out and be like, okay, that's a cool giveaway. Because literally I want people to say that's a
Mm-hmm.
cool giveaway. You know what I mean? That's all I want. I want you guys to tell me that it's a cool giveaway.
Well, I'm excited to see it. I'll be there in the stream.
Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna do the live unboxing next this coming up Saturday at 1 p.m. Gonna show off like the new stuff, the new keys that I got, and then at the end of it, I'm gonna show the books that I'm gonna be giving in the giveaway. And then yeah, the following, or not the following weekend, but November 2nd, when the Comic Community Awards does their thing, we're gonna do our giveaway 3 hours before at 3 p.m. So yeah, I hope you guys can stop by, hang out. It's gonna be like we're doing it now. We're gonna, link in the chat, and I'm gonna have a co-host help me out, because I don't know how to do it. Like I literally don't know how to run the giveaway machine. So I'm gonna help. I'm gonna need help running it. So my buddy Chief.
Yo, man, where do you live? All right, cool. And that's where I send it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's U.S.
Yeah.
domestic only. I know you
I
live
don't
in
mean
Canada,
to brag,
right?
but
I can't
when
send it to
I
you.
heard someone was asking for a 200th subscriber, and I looked you up, I'm pretty sure I'm your 200th subscriber.
Are you? Did you subscribe?
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. But yeah, no, give it to someone. Give it to someone in chat. Give it to someone or whoever.
Well, we don't know how
We don't
he's
know-
doing the
you
giveaway.
don't know, that's
yet.
right, 'cause
He
you don't
hasn't
know how to-
announced it yet. He's
Well, we gotta
announced in the giveaway.
Yeah, we got to wait to the giveaway on November. Yeah, it's on November 2nd, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
only
not.
in
It's
US.
not just like whoever's the 200th sub.
Oh, no,
gets
I'm gonna
the
do a
giveaway.
giveaway
No,
wheel.
you gotta enter.
Yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway wheel. I'm gonna put like a hashtag.
Just
in the
kiss
chat.
a postcard and send it to me.
But you guys are in Canada. I can't send it to you. It's only US.
No, we're in
No.
U.S.
Oh,
we're
God, no.
we're New York side of Niagara Falls.
Oh, are you? Oh, well,
Yeah.
damn,
Oh,
you guys are
yeah.
good to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's why he's got the Bills.
USA,
Buffalo.
baby.
Yeah,
Oh
we're-
my
Yeah,
goodness.
we're a half hour from Buffalo. That's why he's got the Bills.
Oh my.
Yeah, no, we
goodness.
just live right next to the Canadian border. Like literally, it's 10 minutes away. So we go there a lot. A lot of concerts
I assumed that
there.
you're in Canada because I saw you doing the hall in Canada. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, no. I was just I was actually
Yeah.
in Toronto that day for because I mentioned in my Get to Know Me video that I'm a vegan, and there was like a vegan food festival going on that day, and it sucked. Like I went there, and like the lines were stupid. Like I got the tickets for dirt cheap, so I didn't care. So I just bailed because it was like. It would have been hours in line waiting for food that didn't even look that good. So I just bailed and went to the comic shop, and I'm like, I'm gonna make the most of this day and make a fucking video. So, and that's been probably the best video on my channel recently.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. You guys killed it. It's hard because I tried to like I went to my local comic shop, and like I'm gonna shoot a comic book, a comic shop video where I'm digging through books. I tried to hold the phone with my stand and dig. I switched from the left hand to the right hand, and it's so hard to dig and film. People don't know that's hard to do, and then pull books up and show.
Oh yeah, I'm so clumsy too. So the fact that I was able to make that look as good as I did, I don't know if I just did a really good job holding the camera or if that's just my editing abilities. But it turned out looking good. It was very awkward to do though.
Yeah. Quick celebration here. It's Lisa's birthday that same day of the Comic Book Community Awards and the same day that we're doing the giveaway. So that's a big day. November 2nd. So happy early birthday to Lisa.
Happy birthday, Lisa.
Happy birthday.
She's awesome. I literally couldn't do these live streams like with people like Lisa, and then Rob helped me out earlier. Like people, this community for Real Glam is like, they're awesome, man. This community comes together and shows support. Like for people like me and you that are small, that don't have like the big subscriber and count that other people do. The community is so awesome. People like Lisa, they're so huge. She helps me with the streams. She shows up for my unboxings because I don't know shit about comic books a whole lot. So when I'm showing off my actual unboxings, there's a lot of artists, that I don't recognize right away on the cover. Lisa is like a guru. She's definitely one of my comic book gurus. She knows that, like, she will participate in the chat and she will tell me, that's a Juice School cover. That's a Cohen cover. That's a such and such cover. And I won't even know. I have no idea. I'm like, who's, this is dope shit right here, man. Look at this dope ass cover. I don't know who this is. And she not only does she help out with the streams, but she knows her shit. Like, she's legit when it comes to the comic book world. So she's actually one of the people that are on this list right here. The actual comic book community awards. And I'm going to vote here right now live. You guys want to help me out to do the actual ballot?
Sure. Why not?
Let's do it, guys. Also, 75 Hustle. What up, my guy? Check him out. He does a great show. And yes, I just hit 200 subs because my guy Luke subbed me up. And right now, the count is at 200 subs. So we just hit 200 subs. We will be doing the giveaway. So thank you, comic book community. I am stressing on the giveaway. I promise you, it's going to be a good giveaway. There'll be some books in there. And if you don't like the books, then fucking just sell them. You know what I mean? They're free. So let's do this, guys. Help me out. Help me fill out my award sheet right here, my ballot. Let's do this. Let's help me with my ballot. I haven't filled it out yet. Have you filled your ballot out yet?
No.
Okay, well.
So for those of us who don't know, how do we fill out a ballot? Let's say you've just logged in, you're watching the stream for the first time. You don't know how to fill out a ballot.
Yeah.
Where do I go to fill that out?
I Googled comic book community awards, and then that took me to the ballot.
Okay. Yeah. This is.
So you go there, you click on it. It's going to take you to this ballot right here. Yeah. Happy birthday, Lisa Noble. She's one of our big contributors to comic book community. So let's do this. Help me out here. Let's get rid of all these banners because we want to do this legit. All right. Get rid of the banner. Let's keep this one running though, so everybody gets the details. All right, I haven't filled it out yet, guys. If you already know my feelings on the awards, we won't get into it because this is a hashtag ceasefire Sunday, no drama, drama free. So keep the drama at the door. I need help because I don't know who a lot of these people are. I don't know if you do, Glam. I don't know if you watch YouTube like I do. So
I might know some of them.
Okay, so like the first group up we have here is the tier 1 to 999. This will be the tier that me and you both would be in, which we both should be. We both should have been nominated for something here. I got snubbed. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think Brian, the guy behind it, he followed me and subscribed to me, but I think it was after like the voting, the first voting round took place.
Yeah, don't get me started. That guy. We're keeping this.
No Dollar Bin Bandits. I feel like I've
heard of that channel. Yeah, I feel like the only one I've heard of in that first tier is Dollar Bin Bandits. So I guess that's who.
I'm going to support the people that are actually, getting awards, the finalists.
Yeah.
I support them, man. So let's keep it on them. The first tier is 1 to 999. That's the tier that we should be in. I should have been in this somewhere, but we have favorite channel, Dollar Bin Bandits, K-pop Junkie, Millennium and Manga. Is it manga?
Melanin and manga, I think.
How do you say that?
Yeah, Melanin,
Melanin and manga.
I see their podcast, Oreo Comics. Are you guys familiar with them?
No, I've never heard of them.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull them up.
I'm always looking for new people. I feel like I keep getting recommended the same ones.
They do a great job. They do a podcast.
Okay.
And,
Fantastic comics and art.
I feel like I might know that name.
But I'm like 90% sure I've seen Dollar Bin Bandits before.
Yeah, so this is.
So I'm
I
gonna
think
vote for
I
Dollar
don't know
Bin
how to really
Bandits
say
only
it,
because
and
that's
I
the
might be
name I
saying it
know.
wrong. Oh, we got some people in the chat here. Let me shout him out. We got our guy Beyond Wednesday, and I'm sorry, chat. You know, I'm new at this, so we had Legion of Comics that were here earlier. What up, guys? Thank you for stopping by. And the link is in the chat, guys. I mean, this is for everybody. This is for the whole community. I know me and Glam and Luke are up here chopping it up, but anybody could join in. 757 Beyond Wednesday, Legion of Comics. Anybody, you guys are more than happy to jump on in, man. Beyond Wednesdays, yeah, good to see you, brother. Rob Fat Stacks. Oh, you've been backstage, Rob? Have you? Rob.
Well,
Rob.
the more
hang
the
on.
merrier, right?
50,
the
I keep
hell?
wanting, you keep dropping the link,
Absolutely.
and I'm sitting back here going like, obviously he doesn't really want anyone to click the link.
Look at this. What the hell? We got people just backstage.
Brian, how long have you been backstage?
A couple minutes, Rob. A couple minutes. So
Right. It's like
Damn.
he doesn't
I'm
really
sorry if
want
I've
us.
been
It's
rambling
all
too
for
much.
show.
That is
my
what we're
Rob-
best at.
here's
We're
Rob's
best at the
rants.
ramble. We will continue to
I'll
ramble.
give you Rob's
Did you
rant.
notice people
People
backstage?
who invite you
No,
to the show.
I didn't see anyone on my end.
Well, because only the host can see who's back there.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay.
so
Thank
the
you,
guests
Rob.
can't
See, I'm
see
new at this,
anybody.
man.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
glad
and-
that you stopped by. And you know
Rob,
what?
you were 100% correct. The audio issue was on our end. We had another thing that was because we were trying to connect earlier and it didn't. Yeah, so that
We're
was it.
always at
We
this,
closed
Rob.
out that
You're
notification.
looking at
Suddenly
what
everything
you do.
worked.
Well, I
Well,
think
yes.
the issue was because I originally opened the link through Instagram, and I think I don't have my microphone enabled on Instagram or something like that. So I think that was the issue.
Are you connected? Are you connected on your phone?
Yeah,
Is it an Android or Mac?
it's
Or,
an
I mean, Apple?
Android. It's a good phone.
So no, that's fine. So what happens is actually the Instagram link for Android doesn't work. You have to
Okay.
you actually have to copy the link and then go
Mhm.
paste it in your browser. in
Yeah,
order
I
for it to work on
opened
your
it in
phone.
Chrome, and
It's
then
weird. Yeah, then it worked.
yeah. And after
You know
we
what?
had
I
a
think I
call
might-
on Instagram where we were trying to figure it out. So
Yeah, and I'm part to blame too.
now
Rob,
I know
'cause
for
what I
next time
did
we'll
was-
have to bring the Chromebook
They
out
don't-
next
they don't-
time.
they
We
don't
just
tell
moved
people these
recently,
things.
so a lot of our
Yeah,
stuff is in
nobody-
boxes right now.
This stuff's not documented. It's really tribal knowledge that we've learned over
Mhm.
time. So that's exactly it. That's why once you said like that, oh, you click the link, and I'm like, oh, it must be an Android phone, because I've discovered that the hard way myself, where we were going, what the heck, and then we go like, oh, well,
Yeah,
anyway.
no,
Good
it's
to know.
and if
Good
I
to
could just take a
know.
moment, because we got a lot of people on the panel. So if I could just 1 second here, guys, I want to just thank first off Rob Fat Stacks we have on here. We have Beyond Wednesdays. We have Niobe on here. But thank you, Rob, for stopping by. I did reach out. I know you were a busy man last week, and that was my bad because you guys had too much going on, and I don't want to make you feel like if I was, forcing you guys or making you feel like, hey, you had to show up. You had a lot going on, and I shouldn't have even invited you guys to show up to the show because
I
it
was
was.
happy that you invited me. I will tell you your initial response, the way that I read it and interpreted it was like, oh, you're too big for me, shit. And I'm like, oh, no, dude, I'm literally going to be like streaming at this huge event this weekend.
No, and you're right,
So,
bro.
I felt conscious about that, but I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you for stopping by because you are one of the big guys in our community, and I've been following you for a while.
I'm a
this
small
gets-
fish.
Yeah, no, man, your Monday mail hall shows is something that I would wake up to every Monday and watch
I
your
appreciate
show.
that.
I want to
I
see the shit
appreciate
you got over the weekend, and I would pretend to two guys that I would pretend in my living room when I first started. Yeah, I'm a 45-year-old man, but when I first started collecting and watching YouTube, I would pretend when I would get my packages that I was Rob Fat Stacks doing my Monday mail haul, and then I was DJ Links doing my unboxings. And I would sit here with my packages before I started shooting the YouTube videos, and I would I would sit there and act like I'm Rob from Fat Stacks doing my Monday mail hauls. I even copied your Monday mail haul and even came out with my Monday mail haul show for a while that nobody watched.
Did you complain
Nobody
about
can do it like
packaging?
you, brother.
Did you complain about the packaging? Because that's like the hallmark is bitching about people's packaging.
Exactly. Also, we have Beyond Wednesdays. I haven't met you before, man, and I know we reached out on Instagram. So, thank you for stopping by as well, brother. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, man.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm getting ready for a whatnot sale, so I figured I would just come on. I saw you were live, and usually when I'm either upstairs getting ready for a show or editing or something, I usually have a live show on the side. It's usually either Niobe, you. I got to shout out Darth Lopez for coining the term the multiverse, the comic content multiverse, because I think that the recent Sticky Goose craziness has caused like the crisis on Infinite Earths to happen within comic book YouTube content, and it caused all these shows and communities to kind of like crash into each other, and it's very interesting. So I'm learning a lot of new content, as well as a lot of people are learning my content. I also
Yeah,
want to
man.
shout out Rob for doing such a great job with Comics Curing Cancer. It's just been amazing what you've done with that, and
Bro, they
over
killed it.
50,000 2 years in a row, which is pretty freaking amazing. And
Killed it.
I'll tell a quick story. I got into comic book content on YouTube through a show called Unpressable Defects way back in the day, and through a group called CBSI, the original CBSI group, not what it's turned into now. But and the reason why I got turned into comic book content through Unpressable Defects is because my brother got diagnosed with bone cancer, the same type of bone cancer that killed Michael Turner. And because my brother was diagnosed with it 10 years later, there was a surgeon that said, I think I can, save your life and save your leg, because it was in his leg, which is, both things are very rare with osteosarcoma. And the chemotherapy my brother was being given for 52 straight weeks at the Mayo Clinic. And that's not like going in and hanging out for a couple hours and getting chemotherapy. It's inpatient. You're there for 7 days. You come home for 3. You go back for 4. You come home for 3. You go back for 7. And you do that for 52 straight weeks. And it wasn't working. And he was about half dead. And I had a buddy that came to me and said to me, let me help and get you some cannabis oil, Rick Simpson oil for him. And he gave it to us for free. But after a while, it kind of had to be like, we need to start paying for this. And shout out to the guys at CBSI, Trey Kenyon, Drew at Wanted Comics. They put together a comic book auction that raised like $1,700 for my brother that like next day that I announced it. And that's one thing that I think that the comic book community has done very well when needed, to come out and show, their love and respect for, people that have been hit by cancer and, crazy diseases and crazy, hurricanes and stuff like that. We do come together. And what Rob has done for at least the past 2 years that I've seen, he's raised over, him and a lot of people have helped raise over $50,000.
It's a community thing. Yeah,
And exactly that. And so I want to, that's a long way of me saying thank you to that whole community. And thank you to Rob for doing that. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Rob. Not only that, here's what I learned about Rob. Definitely, dude. Let's shot the man out.
It's a whole it's a
Adam
whole
West
thing,
would be
literally.
proud.
I aside from giving up some slabs out of my collection and spending some time organizing stuff, literally, I mean, it's less about DJ, Mark, Legion of Comics, and myself. We organize an event, but we would, if without the community itself who sends in these items for us to auction and then turns around and spends the money on these items, all we would just be doing is just organizing a few things. It's really not us. It's really is each and every one of those people who helped to tweet it out, to shout it out, to get attention to it, that sent in items, that bought an item. That's who the heroes of this whole thing are, and the people that deserve the recognition.
Yeah, and one thing that I did not know that I learned over the weekend for the C3 event was this is not just a weekend event. You do this all year round.
That's correct.
And I was not aware of that, my man. That's my bad, bro. And I'm glad that you're here one person that actually cleared that up for us, and he's actually here now. Shout out Beckerman. Thanks, Becker.
Man,
He
Becker,
was here last weekend. He jumped on. He helped fill that void because I did not know anything about it. I knew that you guys were affiliated with it. I knew it was a legit going to American Cancer Society, so all the money was going straight to them. Everything was going to them. So I knew that part. I did not know that it was a year-round event, that your whole show, that everything that you do on your channel goes directly to the comics curing cancer. That's something that I was not aware of. And Becker helped me out with that. He filled us in on all the details, pretty much the background. And man, that to know that you do this not just for a weekend, that it's all year round. So don't just give on the weekend, keep it going.
Yeah, we've been branching out and planning other activities and stuff with various exclusives and stuff that we try to get together to try to spread out and get some revenue there. My channel, originally when I was going through the growing and everything, and back when you had to have, it was a little bit harder to get monetized. I kept saying, well, I don't care. I'm not going to get monetized. I don't care about any of that stuff because I don't need the money. It seemed like it was a pain in the butt for me. And somebody said to me, well, why would you let YouTube just keep all the money? And then they said, why don't you just give it to charity or something? And that's when I decided to, okay, great. That's a good idea. Let me go ahead and I'll just do that for Comics Curing Cancer. And then after we ran this the first year or so, and I was eating a $1,700 shipping bill and everything else, we decided, well, you know what? Let's change it up. And I made an announcement to all the folks. I said, look, the channel revenue that I bring in is going to get put in a pot, and we support, and it's going to be designated to support Comics Curing Cancer. So we pay for all the shipping costs and all the materials, shipping materials and stuff out of that pot that my channel generates, and then anything that's left over is put in as a donation directly to the ACS. Then at that point, so it's allowed it so that way nobody has to eat. We can ship internationally and stuff at no cost to people because we don't have a way. Since we have everyone make their donations directly to the portal, we have no way to collect shipping charges. But I'm happy to come on and talk about this another time. I'm sorry I distracted from Gotham Glam.
Yeah, and Niobe thinks you're cutting into his time. Hey, Niobe, this is Rob Fatstacks out here, man. This is we're not promoting your book today. We're talking to a big guy in the community.
Yeah, but you're missing the context out of your own chat.
Your comic book,
yeah, but let me correct you. You're missing the context out of your own chat. Your chat asked me, does the mouth of my South Park character move? And I said, yes. I said, you will see that when it is my turn to talk. You need to learn how to pay attention a little bit more, Razor.
well, now
I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying any attention at all.
There's a lot to pay attention to.
No, but I'm hearing some really good things coming out of well-meaning people, and I just, my biggest thought is that it's something that a lot of the work that you're doing would make Adam West proud.
Yeah, man. And I know Rob doesn't like to talk too much about it. He's here just hanging out with us today, but this is, a drama-free zone. We're just hanging out and shooting the shit. So thanks, Rob, for stopping by. And hey, Brian, do you live in Phoenix, bro? Where do you?
I do,
want to ask.
I do, man. I live up by Lake Pleasant, and
brother,
I know, dude. That was the crazy thing. And not only that, bro, you're gonna love this.
You live by Lake Pleasant, bro. I'm coming to your house.
So check this out, dude. My content is I call it the 3 C's: comics, comedy, and cannabis. So every live show I do 4 live shows a week, and on 2 of those live shows on Saturdays and Wednesdays, I start the show off. It's called the pre-show sesh. And while everybody's, coming in live as I start, I play like 3 or 4 music, songs, and smoke a blunt or smoke a joint while we're getting ready. And
I asked about that in the chat. I wasn't sure what the hell was going on. I'm like, when's he coming on? They're like, he's smoking. I'm like, is that what's going on? It's what, like 10 minutes, right?
It could be longer, dude. Sometimes it's 20. I've had it set up. I originally had it set up where Discord, we would hang out in Discord, and anybody who's like, smoking or just wants to hang out hangs out with us before the show, and we're all talking backstage. And my Discord had some sound issues that I've finally figured out, so I'm bringing back the Discord. But a lot of people don't in the comic book content community don't like dealing with Discord for some reason. And
I didn't know how to. I jumped in there, and I got shit for it because they thought that I was in there for drama, and I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. It's not when I jumped in and jumped out. It's just I'm old, and I'm like this, guys. So this is what happened. They're like, here's the link for Discord. So here's my old ass, right? I'm like, okay, this is cool. I jump on, I click on the Discord link, and then all of a sudden my face appears on somebody's stream. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no. So I try to exit out of it. What's funny is I couldn't exit out of it. Like no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. I even tried to close my phone, and I can still hear the stream on the background. And I was like, oh my God. And so, evidently they thought I was in there trying to, like just pick up on drama and balance out. And when reality was, I couldn't figure out how to use the damn thing.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, one of these days, not only am I here, but there's a lot of great content creators, shops, and artists here. Javin Jordan lives here in Phoenix. The people at Bird City Comics, Anthony and Laura. Laura also runs Nearing Nerdvana, the YouTube page. They're here in Phoenix. There's a lot of community members out here in Phoenix, and we got to start hanging out more. Usually, whenever a con or somebody's in town, we'll all meet up, and we got to add you to the list now, brother.
Bro, if you live by Lake Pleasant, then yeah, man. I'm down in Central Phoenix. There's no lakes around here, bro.
Yeah, dude. Central Phoenix is a shit show right now, man. I used to live down at 7th Ave in Indian school, man.
Yeah,
and it's gotten pretty terrible out there, man. Where are you at?
I'm right by I live in the Celebrity Theater is at. That Celebrity Theater.
I live
right in they call the Roosevelt neighborhood or the Garfield neighborhood, depending on what side of the neighborhood you're on. So I live right in there, brother, like right across the street from the Celebrity Theater, man. So yeah, I'm right in the middle of it. You
love
telling
that
me.
Place. Best Deftones show I ever seen was at Celebrity Theater, man.
But bro, do you live like on a lake home on Lake Pleasant or how?
No. There's no homes on Lake Pleasant, but I'm right by it. Like I'm right down the street from it. So
damn, man, I'm coming over there, brother. You messed up, man. I can't get rid of this guy Razor, man. He just showed up with a bag of weed for a week ago, and he's still here, man.
Hey, as long as that bag of weed don't run out.
Have you met
I
Gotham
was
and Glam?
hoping we could have had like a smoke sesh before the show, but we were having those technical issues.
Bro, and thank God for Rob Fatstack. Like, if it wasn't for him, we would have never figured it out. Like, we would have been sitting here for an hour, like me talking to you on the Instagram. It would have been the worst show ever. Nobody would have came on. Everybody would have unsubscribed. I would have never had to give away. But yeah, if you guys don't know, this is Gotham and Glam. This is Rob Fatstacks. We got Brian from Beyond Wednesdays. Of course, Niobe in the bottom corner over there. No one cares.
All right, I'm bouncing. This is the third time you talked down to me, bro. I'm not even joking.
Oh, get out of here.
I'll get out of here. Yeah, no drama today.
Where'd he go? Did he go?
Real quick. Discord is so last decade, Joe says. I can't figure it out, bro. Rob, are you on Discord, man?
I used to when I was gaming, but all the comic book Discords that are there. I mean, I'm for the Comic Book Fiend Club. I'm in theirs as a club member, but I really don't read. I only look at some of the chats, and I don't really read it very much. I'm not a fan of it as a chat program for some reason.
I can't figure it out. No, I'm not lying. It seems like
I don't know, man. I've used Discord and Slash, and I've used what's the other one? Like Telegram. I've used all these messaging ones. I don't care to talk enough with the strangers to where like you can't just like message me. You know what? If you don't know my phone number to text me, you probably
there was one years ago that was called Group Me or something like that, and I had a bunch of chats in there.
It's just old
and I
school
tried
message
Discord
boards,
years ago, but it just wasn't really my thing. I couldn't vibe with it.
It's
like
people
a lot of my friends, not my friends, but my coworkers, they use Snapchat, and I don't know why, because it's like I got banned for texting my ball for sending a photo of my balls to someone as a joke, and I'm like, well, what's the point of Snapchat then? Like, what's the point? Then just text me. If it's not going to disappear and I'm not allowed to do this funny stuff, it's just not. Just text me. I don't know what's like a YouTube things. YouTube like Discord mods. People are always getting in trouble for like weird stuff for some reason. I don't know. I stay off that. Like, there's no reason I can't call my friend and play video games with them that way. I can't, like, why do I don't know. It seems all too complicated. I've worked in a couple like professional environments and volunteer work that require like I was Slack, I think is what it was, and then we'd use like Zoom and stuff to talk. But like all these other, what's the point? You know what? Call me or don't. I don't know. Don't. What's the
Discord?
I'll accept letters. If you want to send me a letter, I'll reply to that too. But it's
there's so many ways to get a hold of.
Yeah, I do. It's not. I don't want you here, Niobe. I do want you here, man. I'm
what's
sorry.
What's your fax number? What's your Discord?
Man,
your
everyone
Snapchat?
is welcome. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah, I was giving you a hard time, Niobe. My bad, bro. Just I felt comfortable enough to fuck with you. I guess I was wrong. My bad, brother. You're more than welcome to jump back. Promote the shit out of you. And we got Darth Lopez. Darth, can you hear us? Darth?
Testicles.
Maybe not.
He's probably having the same problem that Gotham and Glam was.
Yeah, but Niobe, my bad, man. If you felt unwanted, I don't want you to feel unwanted at all. You're definitely wanted, man. I was just giving you a hard time. My bad if it came off, improper. So my bad, brother. You're definitely more than welcome to jump back on.
Hey Lopez, if you're on your phone and you're using Android, do what Rob said. Copy the StreamYard link, open your browser, whether it's Chrome or Safari, or I guess Safari's Apple. But open your browser and paste the browser in there, and it'll probably work better if you're having.
We all learned something from Rob on how to live stream today. Niobe, thanks for coming back, bro. Hey, man, my bad, brother. I wasn't.
I didn't know if it was being hostile or what was going on. I'm just like, maybe I just better bounce, like.
No, bro, not at all, man. This is hashtag ceasefire Sunday. We're all just chilling, having a good time, brother. I'm sorry if it came out.
I want to hang out with Brian. That's why, what's up, man.
Yeah, man, we got a legend here, man. You know what I mean? And then we got Gotham and Glam. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of community that I'm trying to, get together. We got an old school here who's been doing it for a while, who came in and saved the show. You got two young YouTubers like me and Gotham, her first live stream ever, my third one, fourth one, whatever it is. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but all we know is that we're trying to bring everybody in, have a good time, talk comic books, maybe introduce some people that haven't been introduced before, and then we have somebody like a legend shows up and helps us out. That's awesome, man. That shows you what kind of community this really is. You know what I mean? He could have easily just changed the channel, right, guys? He could have easily just went somewhere else and the hell with this guy. He decided to jump in and save my ass. So thanks, Brian. Thanks, Rob, for saving my ass, bro. I appreciate it, man.
It was that or packing people's comics curing cancer orders. And I was getting tired. I was getting tired standing in the garage for 4 hours.
Well, I think it's a great thing that you're doing that. I mean, I had cancer twice, just for full disclosure. I've had it in my stomach, it was cut out, and I've had it in my bladder, and it was cut out. I get checked every year now for both.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that, man. That's scary.
Yeah, I got a nice big scar down my belly to show for it, because they had to take out 8% of my stomach.
Oh,
yeah, that's rough. And
I'm glad you're still here today, man.
That's it. Man. Still kicking, still screaming,
Well,
and you're still here making making content, creating comic books for the community. And
look, I was live streaming from the hospital during the operation, man. Like I was like glued. I remember watching the Great Legend show, half doped out of it in my hospital bed, wanting to be a part,
Yeah, that's
wild.
What's interesting. That's one of the things that I'm glad Lopez jumped on. Hopefully he can jump back on. He's been trying to put together like a little history.
There he is. We got him now.
What up? What up?
Perfect.
What up?
There he
Oh,
is.
he's
Okay,
trying to
hey,
put together that history, but like I told him, and welcome, Darth.
Yeah.
You got a task that I would not bestow upon any one man.
I'm
You know?
ready. I'm ready. I got a way to condense it if necessary. So I got a backup plan, but it is going to take a long time. And for people, all these channels that I found, like I found 3 of them just yesterday morning. I jumped into their live chat. Some responded. I got some dates, but for me to go up, I got like 673 channels, and for me to ask every single one of them when they started, I don't think that probably
I think it
half
creeps
will
people
respond.
out. Like I've seen
Yeah,
you do
it
it on a
does,
couple of
exactly.
different streams. They're like, wait, what do you mean
Yeah.
you want to know exactly what year?
Yeah. And then I go in with the shtick with the multiverse. Hey, Lopez from the multiverse 57999, whatever. And some, laugh and respond. Others like don't even, it's just whatever. But yeah, you're right. It's gonna get awkward. I'm gonna look like a creeper. So
You know what I mean?
yeah, I might just do a Instagram type of thingamajig and tag all of them that I don't know.
Well, look,
But even then, that's kind of.
I have a gentleman who's willing to speak to you about this, but you got to do it on my stream. Okay. His name is Gene Paul Ace Peter, aka G Pop. He is from G1, and
Right.
he said he'd be more than willing to walk you down YouTube history lane anytime you want. I can get you two together.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know, Darth is trying to put together a project, and it's hard just to even do a YouTube channel, to
Yeah.
get people to view. And what Darth is trying to do, I think is really interesting, is put together like a history of comic book
Every
content. And he's
every
going to break
channel.
it down in
Right.
videos and share that with the community. And I think it's a good idea. It's hard to execute, but sometimes you just gotta.
Well, I've
You
been
gotta put
watching.
that pen to pad and make it happen and just do it. You know what I
But
mean? And you've
I've
been
been
doing. I know
watching all
it's hard
these
to
guys.
get that lined up, man. So I can't wait to see that, bro. That's gonna be dope.
It's gonna take time, but I have watched what I consider some of the best, and for a while now, like 7 years, 8 years. So I think I have a plan, and I got a young dude. He's in my unit. He works at work. He's in my unit. So this guy is good on a computer. He could create slides. I gave him a kind of the idea of a universe with planets and quadrants and break it all down. Like it's gonna take time, and I don't give a shit if it's half-assed. I will get it, hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah,
Even if
By
I
the
got-
end of the year.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
I'm gonna, hey, and I want to, either I'll probably just create my own channel, do that,
Well, you
and
should
then
definitely start with that, right?
and I'm a pre-record, yeah, and I'm a pre-record it because I'm gonna take Razor the Dread, as I call him. I'm gonna take his advice to say pre-record it because it's a lot to tackle live.
Well, look, I listened to you guys a little earlier.
just don't take my advice on live streams.
Well, here's
Right,
what
yeah,
you
I'm
guys
not
were
gonna do
talking
it. I would.
You guys were
yeah.
talking about monetizing YouTube, right? The monetizing. It's never been easier to get monetized on YouTube. It used to
True.
be 1,000.
Give me a minute.
No, seriously, it used to be 1,000 subscribers, and I think it was something like 6,000 hours of watch time. They have
5,000. Yeah.
He is from Canada, so I'm from Canada as well. It's now been reduced to 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours, which is easy to attain. It is so easy to attain, but you have to do it through pre-recorded videos. You're not going to get it done through live streams. The secret sauce: 3 videos a day, about 10 minutes each, every day, 5 days, and do that for a month. Your subscriber count will shoot up. I know, because that's how I did it.
There's the secret sauce from Niobe right there. Just shared it with all of us. I'm gonna make sure.
So imagine, Razor, you get your 500
secret to
subs,
success.
you get your 3,000 hours watch time, and then all of a sudden now you're getting super chats. Wouldn't that be
Rob
cool?
told me not to worry about subs, so I'm gonna take Rob's advice and not worry
Well,
about.
what I'd say,
Well,
I
you
say,
need
don't
to
worry about subs.
if you want super chats. You have to have them. You know?
I caveat what I said. What I was saying is like when you look at other people, don't compare your subs to other people, because there are a lot of people out there who they got
Caught
heavy
away.
into the shorts game and they've run up their subscriber totals based off of shorts. But when you actually look at their view counts on their videos, their long form format, like they only hit like 15 views or something on a long form video because most of their subscriber base is shorts. It messes up your algorithm if you're heavy shorts but you're trying to do long form format. That's why I don't really do shorts on my channel,
I'm
just
with
because
you.
I focus on my long form content. I do my
Right.
consistency, my 3 videos, my 2 recordeds a week, and 1 live stream. And I've done that for a long time. And I, even under the old format, I had my watch hours long before I had my subscriber count. It was, whereas most people, it was the other way around.
Well, here's the thing: short video, and by shorts, I don't mean like YouTube shorts. I mean like short
Guys, I
videos,
gotta
as in
step
like
away real
videos
quick.
that are like 10 to 12 minutes in length.
Yes,
Right?
perfect
Are
length.
going to get you your subs. The live streams is what's going to get you your watch hours, because you're going to have 20, 30 people hopefully watching your live stream for 2 hours out of shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think right
Yeah.
now, oh, Razor left. Cool.
And well,
It's
welcome to
our-
Niobe
it's-
Comics Live. I'm your
Yeah,
host,
you did it.
LP.
Mhm.
We're
I
joined
was
by
the-
Gotham and Glam, Rob, Brian McLean, and of course from the multiverse, this 57999 Darth Lopez.
Yes, sir.
One's in the chats if you like this, 2 in the chats if we need Razorback.
Yeah, I think even at this point in time, I watch myself and it's like even on my it's about 25 minutes average watch time on a live stream versus
And that's actually pretty good.
yeah, versus a 10-minute, if I do a 10 to 15-minute pre-recorded, it's about 5 to 7 minutes average watch time on a video. So
I think the most important thing you can do on YouTube, and Rob, you mentioned it, is consistency. If you're going to do a live show, do it that live show the same time every week. If you're going to put out recorded videos, try and use the YouTube analytics and figure out the best time to put it out, and put it out the same time every week if you can. And here's the other thing, Rob, that I try to if I see a channel and I see that they're a live show channel, that they mainly do live shows,
Mhm.
I want to see how many people they have in their live shows too. If there's 50 plus people in every live show, I know that channel is a healthy channel, no matter how many subs or views they get.
That means Brian has a healthy channel.
I try.
yeah, no, it's absolutely those things when you're doing the live stream stuff, is the consistency there. I find really important. Those recordings, I looked at the time things and I never really found that they worked best for me, and I just went with my gut, which is that for me, like, I release my shows at 8 a.m. my time. I'm on the Pacific Coast, so if I release, I figure around 11 a.m. people start on the East Coast. People are starting to break for lunch. Now I got fresh content that's coming up and hitting their feed just as they're ready to take their lunch break. And for those people on the West Coast, they're waking up at their breakfast, whatever. Here's their brand new content right there. As opposed to if I have it released at 6 a.m. my time, so it's 9 a.m. East Coast. Now all of a sudden, anybody West Coast is, they're still asleep. There's notifications and stuff.
Yeah, YouTube will tell you the best time to do it. Like if you go into the YouTube and you go into analytics, there's a little chart that says you should be dropping your videos. And for me, it's always telling me 6 p.m. That's apparently when people like to watch my stuff.
I was getting stuff too, and when I used to try to actually utilize that, I found my videos did worse. So I went back to doing my own thing, and my videos do better. But you know what? Who knows?
Yeah, I've been scheduling at like 11 a.m. like you said, so I try to batch up like 2 videos at a time in one recording session, and then I'm still trying to figure out the best days, but I'm trying to do 11 a.m. That seems pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, Razor thought that he didn't. You're asking what happened to him. Razor said that he was too good for us, and he left.
It looks like Razor went and got a burrito or something.
What happened was I got a call
got
from my
food,
bookie
bro?
because my parlay got busted up, and I had to transfer money instantly. He couldn't wait till after the show. So
They're going
I
to
got a
send someone over to
question
break
for
your legs.
Razor, how did it feel to unload 8 boxes of comic books and 6 slabs for $800?
Well, now that I have Rob's Fat Stacks on here, a legend, I was going to actually ask him about this because I'm not sure if you've seen this, Rob, but what I did was, man, I sold all my modern comic book collection that I had, which was 8 short boxes, 6 slabs, okay, 4 Peach Momokos, 9.8, just, random Peach Momokos, nothing big, okay, a Sabine Rich, Scarlet Witch, Virgin, 9.8, Batman 666, 9.4, the first appearance of Damon Wayne as Batman. I sold that. I included that with 8 short boxes. What was that short boxes? You asked me? Everything, bro. for the last 2 years of modern comic books. So new comic book day books from the last 2 years. All the Venomverses, all the Extreme Venomverses, all the Carnival, everything, man. My Spider-Man 2099s, my Batman New 52s. I sold all of it. Got rid of every single one of them. $800 cash money. Rebooting my collection is what I call it.
If
That's what I'm doing.
the 2099s are from the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
2099s are the 2099 original volume. It wasn't complete, but it was 2099s from the original volume.
Well,
Not complete.
I can't imagine getting rid of the first volume of 2099. That's just unheard of. But that's just me as a 2099 fan. But as far as the rest of it goes, $800 for 8 short boxes and those couple slabs with if Batman 666 is the big key that's in that lot and everything else is mostly from the last 2 years, you raped the other guy.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
did.
think
bro.
so.
You did.
So we did the math the other day, right? So I pulled out a short box to figure out how many comic books a short box can actually have.
130,
Yeah, well, my count was 140. That's how much I got crammed in this one. Okay.
depending upon how you stack them.
Well, now with this being
Take
said,
your, word jar. Yep.
take 130. We'll go with your number. Times that by 8. Add in the fact that these 6 slabs probably cost about $40 each, easy, like for the slab, for the book, for the shipping cost. That's being rich is probably $100 book alone. Razor basically gave these things away on pennies on the dollar.
No
yeah,
way.
but here's the thing: is he had to sell it in bulk.
Yeah.
When you sell in bulk, you get pennies on the dollar because somebody else has to take through the effort of going through that and moving them one at a time.
Yeah, but we have
If
this
he
thing
wants
now
them
called eBay where you could just sell them by bundles.
But hold on. What?
It doesn't work that way. With
Because it's who knows what was in there, like individual, like what books from the last 2 years, and you got
that's Razor's job to sort out and put in nice, neat orders.
Right, that's what I mean. If there's no variants, if there's no book in there that pop, because within the last 2 years of modern books, if it ain't
not much,
there's not much. So
I refuse to sell a book lower than the price I paid for it. And that includes cover price.
That's fair, but I mean, typically the going price for a short box of comics, $100 is a little bit high for the going rate right now for people who are buying bulk.
I'm just gonna say he did very, very, very well, in my opinion, versus trying to sell that in bundles on eBay in bulk or lots.
It takes more time, but in the end, you'll get more money.
Well,
here's what you need.
Here's something interesting. I do a show on Tuesdays called The Industry Show with 2 longtime brick and mortar store owners. One guy's 40 years, the other guy's 30 years, and they talk all the time about how we as collectors and people that don't own stores talk about how we sell comics and buy comics, and how people who have stores sell and buy comics. And it's hilarious to hear them rip on me on how I talk about selling and buying comics, and how I'm blown away by how much they buy stuff for. When they're buying long boxes, not short boxes, long boxes, they pay $40 a long box.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's like going to the pawn shop and just getting rid of your shit for pennies on the dollar, though.
Well, it's because of what Lopez said. You can put those books on eBay, even if you put them in runs and they're not hot, the chances of you selling those books are slim to none.
Yep.
They'll sit there. Ask me how I know.
Not only that, but when we had Gotham Glam showing her books earlier, she has stacks of omnibus, and that's another reason why I'm making the move. Is I like to read my comic books. Like I like to sit down, on the Saturday morning, open my window up like you see now, drink my coffee, and read a series of books for a couple hours. I can't do that the way I was collecting. I have to wait for new comic book days to come out, or I have to buy the series in chunks at a time. And it was getting really annoying. So it was a necessity for me to change my habits so that way I can read comic books. I wanted to catch up on all these great stories that I've missed. Like I said, I've only been collecting for 3 or 4 years. So I've missed out on so much great series that have been written. One right here I have right now, the New Avengers, this Michael Bendis series, right? Things like this, like I have never read. So I'm now got the opportunity to collect omnibuses. Like, I don't know if you're big into omnibus, Rob, but now I'm starting to pick up trade papers so that way I can
haven't figured
read.
out how to slab an omnibus
Well, yeah,
yet.
the problem is omnibuses will never go up in value. Very few ever do. Same with trade paperbacks.
Well, here's
Comic-
what I would suggest, and this is I'm going to get a lot of heat for this. You being a new collector and a new reader, excuse me. Here's what I would suggest. I would suggest you get a tablet if you don't already have one, and you figure out a way whether you want to buy or you want to do something else.
Sail the
You
seven
read-
seas.
Yeah, sail the seven seas. You got it. Read on your tablet, and then collect what you want to. If you're a key collector for floppies, collect keys for floppies. Or if you just want to go get a run of, I saw you're a Love and Rockets fan. If you want to complete the Love and Rockets fan, which I'm a fan of the Hernandez brothers too, collect just Hernandez brothers floppies. You know, I
Yes.
would. That's
Yes.
my suggestion because that's how I do things, and I know that a lot of people don't do that. But the reason why I suggest that is it's expensive
Yes.
to buy comic books
Yep.
these days, especially new
It's
books.
expensive, but it
Oh.
holds value better than the dollar.
No,
Rob, did you hear how much I used to spend?
no.
Oh my God, yes.
Hold on. Can I
Rob,
say?
Rob, you guys
Oh
are
my
on the Comic
goodness.
Bed show where it's north or south, $50. Bro, mine should have been north or south, $100. I was spending $100 a week
Yeah,
on new
I've
comic
been.
things.
Yeah, I do that.
This
I've
quite
I've
frequently. Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Luke, I'd say the majority of comics don't hold their value.
So
No,
Gotham and
I mean,
Glam-
like, as an investment, no, I mean, like, not all
you have to
comic
know
books,
what
yeah.
to buy. Yeah,
No,
Well, right,
so
but like
here's
if
a
you buy like
perfect
these
example.
keys, like the big ones, like I don't know, it's like buying a big Spider-Man issue might be just as good as buying a stock.
So my-
Particularly
I
if
mean,
you're
our
holding
friend
something.
recently got a really good deal on a Fantastic Four #1. I'd say that was a really
Oh
good
my-
investment because in our area we have this pizzeria called Say Cheese, and it's like they have a comic book theme, and they have like this mini comic shop, and like no one knows about it, no one goes there who's actually like knowing comics. So they had a Fantastic Four #1, like mid-grade, $1,500.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking it's been there for a while, and the people who run the shop just don't
Right.
know.
Obviously, they
So
don't know.
here's what I'll say about that. So you can get lucky and you can find great investment books for cheap, but
Mhm.
my content is based on speculation in comics. I've been doing speculation and comic content since 2015, and comic books over the last, let's say, 5 years in value, if you would have bought, they're down anywhere from 50 to 70% in value
Yes,
over
sir.
the last 5
But-
years.
But
But-
why is that? Because
I don't
COVID
care
had
if-
happened,
but-
right? So
I don't
everyone
care
was
if-
buying high
most-
during COVID.
Yes, but most of the new collectors, Gotham and Glam, when did you get into collecting comic books?
Well, I started picking up like trade paperbacks, omnibus, that kind of stuff, like 2015, 2016, and then I kind of got into collecting floppy books like a year ago, and the market's been really low, so it's been a good time to
Yes.
buy in.
Yes, it
But
is.
I'm not doing it for any investment. I'm just buying the stuff I love, just trying to
Because you're a real
get as
collector.
much Batman, and other
Right.
characters
What
that I
had happened
love.
was a lot of people got into this hobby during COVID, right? So say 2020 to 2022, maybe even to 2023. And what happened was all these cats were monkey see, monkey do. They saw all these YouTubers showing and flexing books, and they all wanted to be like them. So they all flooded YouTube, and they all bought books extremely way
Yep.
too high. And then now you're seeing them all make videos like, I bought this book for $2,000 and I have to sell it for $800. And now they're all discouraged from the hobby because they were dumb.
My life was actually pretty crazy in 2020, so I was kind of out of the whole collector scene, and I missed the whole like COVID boom. So I came back to it like right as that was cooling down.
but can you really feel bad about people who are jumping into a market as personalized and as cultured as comic books and just like, oh, I'm going to jump on this trend. I have some spare money the government gave me. They blow their load on that. And then they wonder because they don't know what they bought. They weren't a part of it. Now, if someone else, if someone who was actually into comic books and collected, and collected prior to that, so someone that like, oh, this is something that means something to me. I love this story because of the profound impact it had on me. They wouldn't regret it. I mean, they probably would have known, oh, maybe I'll wait a year to buy the first printing of whatever this is.
Well,
But
yeah.
they
And you're
probably
right.
wouldn't have fallen for that. It was only the people that were looking to make a quick buck or looking to make famous that lost out on that.
Well, their biggest problem was they didn't think the books would go down. They figured they're only going to go up, and that was their big mistake.
That's the
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
mistake they made.
Well, a lot of them were running on MCU hype and
Yeah, right.
speculation, and
That's
then people kind of turned on those movies because Endgame. I think what was it? Endgame was like 2019, and that was like right around the comic boom. So they were riding the high, and then it just crashed.
Big time.
The important thing when you look at these things, anything, if you want to consider it an investment, first of all, if you're collecting to invest, those are two different things. But you can't ever do it short term. You can't, the short term stuff, has a lot of fluctuality, whether it be stocks, whether it's, precious metals, whether it's comic books. Short term investment always has high volatility, and you have to deal with that. That's a risk you take. Long term is a different ball of wax. And that's where you come into the situation where if you have books that you were purchased pre-COVID and you compare them today, when you look at most books, the curve, aside from the COVID blip, is still trend for the big keys, the blue chip books and stuff, right?
Right.
Those books continue to trend upward. They're down from the peak, absolutely. But on a longer 10-year, 15-year spectrum, they're continuing to go up and go. And so it all depends on.
I can't get my hands on those. You know what I mean? So guys like Beyond Wednesday, when we watch Brian, at least, and other spec shows, at least they give us some type of something to look forward to that we can maybe afford, because some of those big grails, like, we just, a guy like me, I'm not going to be able to eventually own, unfortunately, but
okay.
I could probably pick up maybe a modern book that maybe, they're speculating on, that I can flip, save that money, and eventually get to that level. You know what I mean?
But here,
I think
the question is
dead in comics. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's been wow, 100%.
Don't you think the long-term market will kind of self-adjust from people trying to play the market? I mean, not to kind of gatekeep, but it just sounds like all the people that are losing out on these short-term flips are people that weren't comic fans. And as far as I'm concerned,
they'll lose their shirt and go away, and that's fine.
Yeah, if they want to, they just see like, oh, look the Marvel movies blew up, so I can make half-ass content because the guy next to me is doing it, and then they lose in the end. Who cares? Like, it's because comic book fan, like I think there's a case to be made for a small amount of gatekeeping.
So, Razor, my point was actually, yes, you can do some of that with the modern stuff. But when I talk about, big books, there's really big books. Look, I can't afford an Amazing Fantasy 15. I can't afford, some of that stuff. But there are books that you can go to pay for. There's books on everybody's budget, whether it be Bronze Age books, whether it be, Silver Age books, whatever else. There are books out there that if you're careful and you know what you're doing, and you can purchase books that are good books that have lots of room to grow over time, that are keys, without spending thousands of dollars, right? I make a point of it. Actually, I'm working on a video coming up soon about, how I go out and collect some of these bigger books, because I open up a lot of slabs and I get a lot of big books, but I have a running list of about like 30 books that I'm seeking. I never focus on one book. If I become focused on one book, then I end up overpaying for it. I have 30 different books from different eras, everything else I'm tracking at any given time that I'm interested in. And I have price ranges of where that book I feel I'm comfortable paying based on where it should be and where the market is, and to find the grade range that I'm willing to be at, the nexus of value, right? Where's that return? Where can I get the maximum grade for minimum price type thing? And I look at all those things, and that's how I choose to collect and go about stuff. And that's how I acquire bigger keys.
That's awesome advice, bro. That's awesome advice, man. Because you're right with concentrating on a big book or two, because I have a watch list like everybody else on eBay, right? And on that watch list, I got a couple keys. Right now, I'm trying to collect the first 50 Avengers and the first 50 Justice League. Like that's my goal. You know what I mean, for what I want trying to accomplish. So yeah, and then I've been trying to hone in like on a couple of keys, like number 4 Justice League, number 2 Justice League, and you're right, man. It's, instead of trying to, because I'm driving myself crazy trying to find these deals out there, and they're not there.
Yeah,
They're
you gotta
just
let them
not.
come to you instead of you going
So
trying to find them
exactly, just make a
sometimes.
list. Let us, then just be patient, right? And
I
just
wish
have
I wish I heard
patience.
that. I wish I knew my own advice when I first started my ASM run, because when I started collecting my 1 to 100 ASM slab run, I became so fixated on that. I overpaid for certain books. Um, you know, then there were other books that I got screaming deals on, but it took me a while to eventually catch my own, listen to myself, and I'm much better at it now. And I like to tell people, hey, yeah, don't. The worst thing that you can do is to be fixated on one run or one or two books, because that will then cause you to go try to seek, and you'll end up overpaying rather than be like water, like Bruce Lee said, right? Just be fluid, man. Go with it.
Exactly.
Not to cut you guys off, but a lot of this sounds very natural to someone who's a long-term fan of comics. I think what if I may boil down what you're saying, a lot of that is almost impossible to the short-term seller. Someone that's just looking to buy a book. Yeah, someone might get lucky and find and find Fantastic Four 1 at a pizzeria and then flip, Google it and then flip it. It might happen. But that kind of stuff is gonna come out. Is gonna feel is to a longtime fan, it's gonna seem like no brainer. They're not even gonna think about it. They don't think there's a lot of science into buying the key things of the things you like and then prioritizing based on your funds and your supply and demand.
Yeah, my advice is not for short-term
Yeah,
investors.
no, I don't think there would be I don't think there's any way to I mean, you might get lucky, I guess, but I think you're better off by playing the lottery at that point.
That's why I create content, dude.
The long term, it's only for the fans. It's like, well, no duh, you're not any good at selling Superman comics if you've never read a Superman comic before.
Collect what
You don't know what's important. You don't know what to look for. And in a lot of these comic shops, they buy they buy these long boxes in bulk, and they're selling it for pennies. Because of they don't go through all of them. Some of them do go through all of them. Our local shop that we go to named Gutter Pop is pretty good about selling comics at a really good price because they buy it.
Yeah, I found it was the first named appearance of the Titans and the first Donna Troy Brave and the Bold 60, I think, and that was only $5, so that was a great find.
Yeah, so what I mean is that it's a better investment than the dollar. If you're a long-term fan, you're better off going through long boxes instead of putting it in a savings account and hopefully whatever interest you make outbeats inflation.
So comic books aren't commodities, man. Comic books are when and I'm not, and I hope nobody out there when I say this, including you guys, Gotham and Glam, aren't taking this as me talking down to like new collectors, because that's why I create the content I create, is so that new collectors are informed on this stuff. I think that the best thing that can happen to comics is new collectors. Anytime a comic book can be sold to somebody new and we can bring in new buyers, that's a good thing. But comic books are collectibles, right? They're not gold, they're not silver, they're not something that is needed. So to say that they're better investment than a dollar, like if you want to invest, don't invest in comic books, invest in gold and silver and something that's a little bit that Bitcoin. When a hurricane happens,
it's not fun, Brian. It's not fun investing in gold and silver.
You're right.
Well, no, when you're investing in comic books, you're not investing in ink and paper. You're investing in literature.
I'm not into comics as an investment, by the way. I don't know what.
Oh, with the amount of comic books you have, if someone had a major operation and you needed to drop 30 grand suddenly, we know, it wouldn't be a mystery where we would be able to get it. it's
Well,
you know
they
you're
don't have
not putting your
value.
way you're not
I don't know
blowing
about
your
that.
you know your money isn't going up in smoke. You still have all of those comic books that you spent money on. That money is an asset in some not in a direct
Well,
way,
it's
and
not.
not
It's
maybe
not
not
to
in the
say
most
that the books.
reliable way to turn around and just sell it. But it's not nothing. It's not
It's
totally
not.
up in smoke.
It's not to say that a collection doesn't have value. That it can't be sold to another collection, but it's a question of what you're doing with it, right? I talk about all the time. Is like I have books. I collect a lot of books. Love that
Nice.
book. First Firestar, excellent. The books may
picked
all
it up
have
for $10
value, and I make sure
Not
that when
mine.
I take my kids to my wall and I say, hey, look, when I'm dead and this is your problem to deal with, just so we're aware here, here's what some of this stuff is worth. Don't put it out of the garage sale at 50 cents a piece, right? Because I want them to have that kind of concept. But at the same time, I don't want anybody thinking in that this is just like I'm printing money back here and I'm ready to.
No, you're not
Yeah.
making money. If you're going into comic books, you shouldn't be going into
my actual
like in the investment in the traditional sense.
I occasionally sell one
Like-
to buy something else, but it's nothing else. If I want to invest, I'm investing in it. We talk about true, real.
Brian, how
formal
can you say
investment.
that comic books are not commodities when there's whole comic book channels that are built around investing into comic books, bro? What do you,
Because
what do you mean they're not a commodity?
it's not a commodity. You can't go take a comic book and trade it to somebody who doesn't want that comic book. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you
it's
can say
about-
that
it's
about any kind of trade. I mean, that's I think the
people-
idea
people-
of currency
people
is that
take
we don't need to find intrinsic value. You know, both parties don't need to find intrinsic value in whatever it is that you're trading. But you know, if someone wanted, if someone wanted, trying to find something I can get rid of. If someone wanted the chair I'm sitting on for a new, what was that copy of the final Fantastic Four that?
A commodity is a raw material, an agricultural product
Was it
that
just
can be
for
bought
one?
and sold, such as copper, coffee. Like
Whatever
that
people
is
are willing
not-
to trade. It's just a friend. I don't think you need a particular material to trade. Trading is trading, no matter what. You
Okay, let me
can
put it
use
this
it.
way
It's
then.
How about this?
I'm saying like if all the lights go out, right? If all our credit cards don't mean anything and the dollar's inflated to shit, and my my neighbor has food and I have an expensive comic book and they know what that means, it's still worth trading.
No, they
Yeah,
won't.
but
They
your
won't.
comic
No, they
book
won't. They'll let you
is
starve.
going to go down in value in that situation.
You
Yeah,
can't take a comic book and
the
pay a
people that are
bill.
going to fall for the people that are going to lose money on comics are overwhelmingly going to be people that are just looking for the short-term investments. And like you said,
Beautiful.
we need for comic books to go up, we need more collectors. Which I kind of agree. I think we need more fans, specifically people that actually open up the comic books and read it, and not just
Yeah,
like, oh,
but-
look at this cover.
Luke, I
The
was about
majority
to
of
say,
comic
like, I'm
book
not
collectors
collecting
and fans
comics
don't
for
think
any
they're worth money.
investment. I started collecting like floppy single issues because I wanted to read more Batman, and there's a
There you
lot
go.
that just isn't collected. Like, I really started getting into Legends of the Dark Knight and like a lot of the Elseworld stuff, and so really that's where I'm, and I look forward to sharing that stuff with children someday, and maybe some of it will have some value, and especially some people will
Brian.
buy complete runs together. So I mean, there are ways, if you know
Collect
how to
what you
sell
read.
comics, there are
Collect what
ways to push them, but that's not my game plan. I just want to read as much as I can.
Yeah, Brian doesn't know what he's talking about, guys. Don't worry about
I
it.
mean, comic books are a better currency than NFTs.
Luke, I think you're losing this, Luke.
I like how you say it's not a commodity. Like I can't take my short boxes and trade it in and get some electricity right now. Are you telling me?
No,
kidding
you
me?
You can't do that
no.
with pennies
No.
either.
Put that thing on the counter.
Only you can't. Yeah.
No, you can't
I
pay your
wish.
phone bill with comic books, bro.
Yeah,
You
pay your phone
Wait,
bill. with
Extreme
comic books.
Veniverse run that I have, the Extreme. I can't trade that
And
in
here's
for
the
some.
other thing: people don't realize
Labyrinth?
how hard it is to sell comic books. It's
Wow.
not an easy thing to sell comic books. You can't just to get the best value for your comic books. It takes work. You got to put them up on eBay, or put them. And eBay isn't the only place. You can't just put them up on eBay and they sell. You got to put them up on multiple places.
Marketplace.
You got to bag and board them, keep them in good condition to get. And this is to get the best return in your value.
Shipping.
Yeah, shipping. That's a lot of work that people don't realize, and that's why you sell your long boxes for $40 a box, because people realize that there might be 3 or 4 books in that long box. For most people that are selling their long boxes, there might be 3 or 4 books in that long box that are worth the time to sell as single issues. The rest, dollar books at a con, you know, that type of stuff.
That's why you did good. That's why
short
you did
boxes
good.
easily, son.
You know, but if you're an actual nerd, you don't mind doing a lot of that work. I mean, the selling is a pain in the ass, and I can't. But like for an actual nerd, going through all those comics and bagging and boarding them and putting the sets together. I'm sorry, putting the runs together. It's all natural. It's something you do instinctually, and then it's just a matter of putting the runs together and organizing them. And if you're anything like we are, that's half the fun.
And anytime I list a short box, because I listed on Facebook Marketplace when I was listing them at a time, and anytime I would list a short box, I would get responses that day. Like, and I would list it like $100 a short box, $100 a short box, right? And I would get responses that day. Like it didn't take long to move these short box. This guy that I sold to,
people are always looking to buy
he tells me, man, anytime you have short boxes like that, call me first. Text me the picture, the video first before you put it on Facebook. And all it is modern comic. The last, it's variants. There's variants in there. There's ratios. There's exclusive covers. I have those unknown comic exclusives. We have like the Big Ivy, like all those whatnot retail exclusives.
And you know what's funny about those, Razor?
Tom, all that stuff,
if you go look at the prices on those on the secondary market, I bet you the majority, and by the way, this is coming from somebody who, like, I don't want it to be this way. I wish it wasn't this way. But the majority of those variants that have been made in this variant age, especially retailer exclusive variants, are not selling for the price that they originally sold for. They're not even selling for close to that price. Like, you can get those variants on the secondary market that are 2-3 years old for I was looking at CGC 9.8 sales the other day, and there were some variants that were sold for less than the cost of grading that book.
Right.
It's facts.
Right, but who did that? Like, all the people involved, it sounds like
I think people get stuff slabbed too much.
It's like if you're going to Target, right, to get because you got to get 4 different if you're store hopping because you need to get 4 different variants and every single cover, every variant cover, and this one's holographic. It's the same thing with Funko Pops. Like people that went into that, it wasn't the people that. It was the people that went into it for short-term gain that ended up losing out. The people that have been in it for a while were never in it for the money, and it just so happens that their natural love for whatever that is the thing that they're in, whether it be movies, CDs, vinyl, comic books, and no matter what the form, if you like the thing, then this is worth buying. And
that's kind of like us with our Ghost collection, going back to like some of our music stuff.
Oh boy,
we got into the band Ghost, and they were pretty obscure, and so we got like a lot of their earlier merchandise. And then just recently, a couple of years ago, they had a song blow up on TikTok. They got a lot of new younger fans, and so a lot of that earlier stuff we got actually is worth a lot of money, and I see it selling. Like, I check Mercari, I look at eBay, and that stuff sells for money. Like, I had this awesome find. This is signed. This is quadruple signed, and I got this from a local shop a week before they closed for $20. This was the first show we ever saw them at.
I'll be back,
we didn't
guys.
know who they were. We were only dating for a week when we went to this concert. And I just found this like a couple months ago. I saw a picture of it on Facebook. The shop was like right down the street from my work. So I just walked there, and I could easily sell that for hundreds tomorrow if I wanted to. But if I wait years, but we're not selling it. I mean, obviously, this is sentimental.
This is sentimental. This was our first date. And it was quadruple signed at a time when the band was supposedly anonymous. Like this was our first date, and and it means a lot to us. And the fact that Celia, that Glam just found it is an absolute miracle. And we could sell it if we wanted to and make a little bit of money, but we're not. We're going to hold on to it, and maybe it's going to go up in value, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm an actual fan of the band, because I'm an actual nerd. And that's why that this investment is going to work out. And I could, if I needed to, if I lost my leg tomorrow and needed to buy a prosthetic, I could sell it, and help it out, but I'm not going to, I could if I needed to sell it.
I guess, and I agree with you when you talk about an investment being in something that you love, and you're investing in something that you have sentimental value for. When I hear somebody say investment in comic books, I'm thinking money. And you're right. When something has sentimental value, that's a different type of investment, and you can't put a price on that at all. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'll never overpay for anything. I'm a deal hunter. I'm always out there at the comic shops or eBay or Mercari, just looking for whatever the best deals. But I mean, at this point, buying single issues is kind of
It's
difficult. Like from eBay, buying like one single book is pretty tough with how expensive shipping is. So
never mind going out like, oh, you needed Demon number 11. Yeah, I could have went on eBay and I could have just bought it for you, but no, you had an absolute, blast going through and just buy because you're an absolute nerd going goblin mode in all these comics. All of the notes. We go to these comic shops together, and then the big guy behind the counter is talking to me like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I mean, a little bit, but not nearly as much as she does. She's the nerd.
Whenever we go out, people assume he's the collector.
No, I'm just a pretty face.
Talking.
I'm just the hot husband. I don't know. She's the comic book nerd.
You know what's going to be sad is that this is such a great conversation that we're all having. You know what I mean? Like this whole community come together, old school, new school. You got Rob, Fat Stacks. You got me, you got Gotham Glam. You got Beyond Wednesday. All coming together, having a great conversation. And nobody's going to watch the replay because of the first 10 minutes of the audio.
That's why.
Would you be able to go into the studio editor and just cut that first 20 minutes?
Clip it, bro, and make a little reel out of it.
Yeah, you should start clipping your streams. That would be cool. Maximize the content on your channel.
I think the first clip though, the first clip that when you clip this, the first clip you should dedicate to Rob for just showing up and then suddenly fixing all the problems that we had.
I'll have his face just for the first 10 minutes.
If you go to the YouTube studio, you might be able to cut that 20 minutes out.
Wait till you get to the audio.
Maybe show some books down there.
Or can't you have it start 20 minutes in? Isn't that a thing? Maybe I'm wrong, but can't you have it automatically start like 20 minutes in? Maybe I'm hallucinating that.
I don't know, but
you'll kill the replay on the live chat if you edit anything in the YouTube editor. So just so you know that if there's anybody out there, when you go to edit a live show, you won't have the replay of the live chat there.
Okay.
This is just stuff that's in the short.
Can I cut off the first 10 minutes, Brian, somehow of the live replay?
So that's what I do, Razor, on all my on my 2 live shows, which I do Wednesdays and Saturdays, which have the 20 minutes of music and smoking. I have to cut first part off because usually I get dinged and they'll block it worldwide if I don't cut it off. I don't care about the money. I haven't had anything monetized in years because of what we talk about.
That is.
But I cut off that first 20 minutes of those shows as soon as I get a chance. But usually it won't let you edit it anywhere from half an hour to a day after because they're using their algorithm, their AI algorithm, to check the show for anything that they need to block it for. So sometimes it takes forever before you can edit it through the YouTube editor. So I've learned to record my shows using a secondary program because YouTube will block it. Nice Monera. I like that.
This is only drawn by Monera. This is a gorgeous book written by Claremont, drawn by Monera. It's about $20.
Yep. Good book.
I hated that cover,
Oh, I
man.
like that. The X-Men '97 #1. That's sick. I have to read that. I heard the new Uncanny X-Men's really good. My buddy Rob was
Yeah.
telling me about.
All that
Does
I
anyone here know anything about heavy metal? The heavy metal
Yes.
magazines.
What about it?
Because I actually have a small collection of heavy metal magazines, and I haven't gone through there in my dad's old ones, and he was afraid to show it to me. He was like,
early, like 70s, 80s.
yeah, they were like 70s, 80s. I got a couple boxes of it, and he gave them to me. He's kind of dark. He has a much darker skin tone than I, but his whole face was red. He was like, "Don't show your wife because they have titties in them." And
If they're in high grade,
so I want to go through them. I've skimmed through a couple of them, and I enjoyed them, and I've enjoyed them before, but not really as an adult. So I'd love to go through them. And do you guys know anything about them? Because I really happen to like the short story format. Where there's a different bunch of authors, and they're all talking about their gritty dystopias.
When you ask,
anthologies.
so know anything about them, what do you mean by that question? Like, do we know their value? Do we know who worked on them? Do we know what the future?
No,
of the magazine
I don't
is?
care any about that nerd stuff. I'm talking about like the actual nerd stuff. Like, oh, what's a good story or a good couple years? Not the. I'm not looking at the turn around and sell them. I'm looking like, oh, if I'm gonna pick them up and read them, where should I start? What general era? Like, if you ask me, Luke, I don't know anything about heavy metal. What's a good year to start? I'd say 82.
I think you actually have a few in that bin right there that you bought yourself if you want.
Say 82 or 91.
82 for heavy metal.
Heavy
right?
Metal
Right,
1
Brian?
is
82.
Yeah, says Joe.
Oh, Razor.
The
Razor.
80s,
So
that's when that movie came out, right? So I'm guessing those.
I'm sorry, I've been drinking. I'm referring to heavy metal, like the music. If you're gonna start, if you're gonna start, like, oh, what's a good time to listen to heavy metal? What's that genre? Like 80s metal was pretty
I'd say
big.
like 80s thrash is a pretty.
80s thrash is a pretty good one, but death metal really exploded early 90s, and that's a kind of metal that
death
hasn't been.
metal's not as like accessible to people who aren't into it.
I know, and we need to filter those people out. But Razor, you were asking me because you said you don't know too much about Nice. What
There you
year
go,
is
look at
that?
that.
I've seen that cover.
That's nice. Naomi, show that heavy metal cover again, man.
What year was that? I've seen that. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you have like in that bin right there. There are a few that you bought yourself. I don't know.
I don't know how many of them would be safe for YouTube.
Well.
Yes.
Rob looks
Yeah,
like a
I
guy
think
who's
all the
in a
ones from
mosh
your
pit or
dad
two.
are at
Rob,
my parents'
Rob
house in the
his way around a
basement.
mosh pit.
So this here is a full story. So this
Rob,
is a
have you
good
ever
one to
been in a
pick up.
mosh pit, Rob?
Overdrive is a full story.
Yeah, I think now heavy metal is more like a publishing thing. Like they've been putting out different comic
Right.
series.
But Razor, can I give you homework?
Yeah. What do you got?
Okay. Homework is this is going to put hair on your chest. If you're going to do one thing, you're going to take one thing from this podcast. All right. There was a heavy metal album that came out in 1985. It's called Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath. I believe it to be one of the best pieces of heavy metal of music in general. The album, right? The song is one of the best songs ever written, but this album is also one of the best albums ever made.
Show it again. Let me see the cover.
Heavy Metal by Black Sabbath.
Heaven and Hell.
I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath.
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio.
Ronnie James Dio is the singer.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Right. Ozzy Osbourne was kicked from the band, right? So they had Ronnie James Dio.
Is that little dude? Was he,
yes, the little dude with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, the guy who really kind of put that into popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. He's power metal. He's like
power
the
metal.
originator of power metal.
He's the originator of power metal.
Really? That
Yes,
little dude,
yes.
huh?
It's Dio and Blacks and Heaven and Hell.
That's nice. Look at that. Look at Naomi coming through, bro. With the heat.
Oh.
Who does those covers?
Naomi
man?
is based.
Yeah. He's the Canadian Wonder.
Oh,
Larry.
look at that. Very nice.
This is
Well,
even
real
like-
quick. Whoa, Naomi, what shirt are you wearing?
I got Ride of Lightning on.
Of course.
Nice.
I almost
The
wore a
second best
Metallica
album,
shirt
right,
for
we're
the
all-
stream, but settled on Sabaton.
Glam's wearing a Sabaton shirt. I'm wearing a Dio shirt. You're wearing Metallica. I think we're about to outnumber them.
That's it. We took it over, man. You know.
Well, let me break the mold because I'm a Pearl Jam fan, diehard.
Oh no!
No, hey, Pearl Jam's cool.
I do
you
love.
really
I
Tool.
respect Pearl Jam.
I do
Pearl
love
Jam's
Tool.
power metal.
No,
No.
alternative. No, I do love Tool. Tool's my third favorite. band.
Tool is
Second
cool.
Radio
No.
band.
Now, if I'm at a
Tool's
party
cool,
and I want to
man.
play music
Tool's
that
cool.
doesn't hurt my ears, Tool's usually the first one I put on.
Yeah.
Tool's one of those bands where like I like the sound, but I don't particularly listen to a lot of their music.
Yeah, but nobody.
I want to watch things die.
Oh, you're muted, Rob.
He is
Rob
good.
looks like
That
a
happens. That happens. I was saying I'm more of a KMFDM guy myself, but
Yeah.
in the 90s I was working for a rock and roll radio station, and so we were doing all these. I was going to all these shows,
Ooh,
with Sabbath, and
nice.
do.
We
and,
have
you know,
a Batman
watched-
Dam, the Batwang somewhere.
Yeah, we got a Batwang. Dude, our buddy gave that to us.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Yeah, we got that one.
Got one of these.
There you go, Rob. I'm sorry, man. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
I had to mute you guys real quick because Rob was
First
talking.
appearance
My
of the
bad,
new
brother.
mutant.
What were you saying, Rob? Repeat that.
Forget it. It's not important. Nobody cares. So
I want to
move on.
know. You worked in radio.
No, hold on,
you said?
because that's my era, Rob. That if you were
Yeah,
working for
I wanna
radio,
hear about it.
Yeah, I was.
That's-
I was saying
I'm
that in the
sorry,
90s.
Graham,
I
I had to
was.
interrupt you real quick because Rob was talking and we kind of talked
Oh,
over him.
okay.
My bad.
Yeah, I was saying that in the 90s, I was working for the rock and roll radio station here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we were doing all these, going around to all these shows, I would see things like, watching, Ozzy do a double set where he played his Ozzy opening for Sabbath, and doing stuff like where, obviously Metallica at small little club shows as well as, big venues and stuff. But then we see, we'd do the Pearl Jam stuff. We'd do the 3 nights in a row watching Dio at a club where I thought by the time the third show came around, I'm like, oh, if you need to tap out, man, tap me in. I know the set. I can go. Yeah.
Right.
But
How long did you work in radio for there?
I was working in radio for about 4 years. I was doing engineer work. So I would go on site with the DJs and I would facilitate all the equipment and stuff for them while they're doing their stuff. And I also did production stuff. And then obviously in college I did stuff. KSJO and KFox. I worked for both of those stations.
Wow,
And it was fun, but that was what I went to school to study for. But I realized real quick that there was no money and no job security in that business. And
I got to tell you, man. So it's funny hearing you say that. So my brother is a freaking epic. Like, he's one of those musicians where he never trained. He just picked up an instrument and learned, and he can play drums, guitar, bass, piano, and he just does it by ear. And he didn't pick up playing music until he was like 16, 15. So when he got out of high school, he went to college for like a year and it wasn't working for him. And he's like, I want to go be a production engineer in music. So he went and spent a ton of money at the Conservatory of Recording Arts School. And he worked for I think he worked like 2 years after coming out of that. He worked at it was actually Willie Nelson's recording studio in Austin. But after, he couldn't find a job that paid anything worth, living on, and with that type of information, to where he hasn't been part of that world for.
He's not in the biz no more.
He's out.
If you're a big name talent, you can make some money. But nowadays, there's a lot with deregulation and conglomerations of stations and stuff. There's very few people that are making serious money doing that, and they have to. And even the life of a DJ is not exciting. I mean, you're playing the same songs over and over and over again. And every single time, it has to be the most exciting song you've ever heard. And then on top of that, you have to go do hours and hours of promotional work somewhere in order to get your 8 hours in and stuff. But it was still fun. It was a good experience. I got to see obviously a ton of bands. Got to meet a lot of people that I never would have done. My favorite of all time, though, is probably still. I mean, I went to go to a show. It was KMFDM was doing the headlining, and a band from Germany that came over with them to open for them was outside ahead of time giving out their CD, and that was Rammstein. They were giving out free CDs because nobody had heard of them. It was their first
No
show
kidding.
in America.
Right.
They came out on stage on fire, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know who you guys are, but I'm into you." And then it was
Exactly.
go research their discography from back in Germany and start pulling that stuff down. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, crazy shit."
Kill
and radio's a
motherfucking
lost art
Depeche
form,
Mode.
man. Especially back in the 90 days. That was like the heyday of radio, man. You're talking about shock jock,
Well,
you know,
the
Howard
80s,
Stern.
the 80s were a little bit more so, but by the 90s you started to get, it was still going on, but it was on its way down because of deregulation in the 80s. Because at that point it made it so prior to deregulation, in a single area, nobody could own more than one radio station, one TV station, and one newspaper. So you had a lot of different voices and stuff doing different things. And then after that, people started buying up and you started having these radio station families. And all they ended up doing was like, they'd play very vanilla stuff for the most part. And very few people would challenge. You had a few national shows, but then it just grew more and more about national syndicated shows and whatnot.
Fuzzy.
Yeah,
That's Chris
no, man.
Jericho's band.
Yeah.
And not only that, but back in those
I'll
days,
sign it.
radio personalities were like superstars, man. Before YouTube,
Right.
and
Well, because people
internet.
were still, because people were still listening to radio. That was, you didn't have, music streaming services. You either had a Discman or you were listening to the radio, and that was
Discman,
basically right.
exactly.
I mean, I was working for the radio station. We had a cell phone, but the cell phone was the size of a suitcase that you carried around in order to call somebody to get stuff.
I remember
so,
when CDs first came out. The reason why I remember it, because I was talking about this on the last show, was my mom used to do that. What is it? God damn it, I keep forgetting it. The clearinghouse list. Where
Columbia?
I don't know.
Oh, Columbia. Yeah.
Yeah,
Columbia, yeah, the Columbia, and you would fill out you pick your
And you
CD.
give them your neighbors.
12
That's how I was
$4.
introduced to CDs.
I'm with you, bro. I did it. I gave me and my buddies would do this all the time. We would give our neighbors address, or if there was a house in the neighborhood that didn't have anybody live in it, we would give their address. And every day walking home from school, we'd walk by that house to see if there was a box from,
That's next level right there, bro.
Yeah.
I remember when CDs came out, I remember thinking to myself, who's gonna pay $15 or $16 for the same music that I can get for $8.99 on cassette? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I remember going into I think it was the warehouse in the mall, and you used to be able to put on the headphones and sample the song. Like they would have this CDs stations where you could go and it'll have just that couple of tracks from that one CD, and you can put it on and kind of sample, before you bought the CD,
which was way
cool,
better, because I worked at Musicland at one time in the mall, and the worst thing back in those days, people would come in all the time and go, "Hey, do you guys have that song?" It goes, and in their mind, they're right on tune, and you're just like, "Oh." You just pick something off the top 10 list, and they would generally have to, "Oh yeah, that's the one," and you're all, there you go.
Well, you guys, I gotta bounce. I got a whatnot sale. I'm gonna go start. So, hey, everybody on here, it was very nice to meet you. If I've never met you before, Razor, thank you so much for letting me jump on. And by the way, dude, I gotta tell you, the idea of this Ceasefire Sunday show is fucking gold, bro. It is
when it
gold.
works. Right?
Yes.
When it works.
It works, dude. It works. And here's what I would suggest. I would suggest, and I think you might have done it already, but I'm not sure, that you try to get some of those people that might not get along and be like, "Hey, if you want to come on, Ceasefire." And if it turns into a shit show, then you'd be like, if it gets out of hand, I'm gonna just drop you.
There you go.
But if that would be amazing, because not only would it be cool content to see two guys on a show together that might not get along, but it might repair some relationships. You know what I mean? So,
well, I think I know you got to get Brian, but yeah, that was the whole concept behind this, man. Is because I do drop the Razor rants, I do take my shots, and if you notice, I put for comedic purposes down in my description. Okay, so when I do these rants, and I do take my shots, I hope the comic community understands that that's what it is. It is comedy. It's it's me trying to take my spin on it, my own community reporting, what I see and my razor take on it. But the Sundays are made just for that because it gets so hectic for these, these channels, all these different drama and all the shit that's going on. And I think that if we could just take one day, a Sunday, even after football's over, and we could just come together. Doesn't matter what the beef is, whatever what's going on in the comic book world, but just to come together on a Sunday, the whole community is invited. It's just not us. Everybody could jump in, and that's the whole point. Is that hopefully some of these people that Brian from LCS, Izzyverse, excuse me, these people that I've roasted, hopefully that they would come on. And that's the intention, for them to stop by, say hi, and know that it's nothing personal. I'm not attacking you guys personally. This is the content that I'm creating, and it's what I see. It's my reporting on it. And if you want to talk about it, if you want to have the conversation about the Comic Book Community Awards, if you want to have a conversation about this stream or this drama or any of the rants that I brought up, then you're more than welcome to stop by. There's not going to be any yelling. There's not going to be anybody talking over each other, except for when Luke gets drunk and starts talking over Rob. Other than that, we're going to have a good time. And if people do start getting out of hand and start, yelling, including myself, I'll take my damn self out the stream, and you guys can take over. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be for people here, for the community to come in and to hang out. The big people like Rob, who took out 3 hours out of his day to not only stop by, but to help me fix my stream. He could have easily just made me look like an ass and bounced out, and this would never happen. So this all happened because of the community. So yes, I do talk shit, and yes, I do rant, but I do want to, have people stop by, man. And we can have that conversation, and we can talk about the award show. We can talk about why I have issues and all that good stuff. But we can't do that unless people contribute and want to stop by, like yourself and Rob and Gotham and Niobe and Darth and everybody who stopped by today. So thank you guys. Appreciate you.
I love.
I know you got to get going, Brian. Thank you.
By the way, real quick, this is for Joe 4771 in the chat. He says, Brian, do the cowardly impression. So I'm going to do that.
Oh,
that's it. He ghosted us. That's the impression.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's the inside joke. They just leaves. Yeah, Rob. So thanks, man. I mean, I know you have a lot going on, and I know I invited you last week. So I think this is a cool idea. I think Brian kind of nailed it on the head, and you just stopping by just kind of lends kind of clout to that. And I thank you for helping me out, bro. I really appreciate you stopping by and helping me, man. So thank you.
We all start somewhere.
Yeah, I know it's getting kind of late here, and I myself going to get wrapped up here pretty soon. So I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to start with Rob first because I'm sure he's a busy man and he has things got to get to. Rob, do you have anything you want to promote? Anything coming up that you want to talk about? Go.
The only thing I would say is I have my Monday mail call is coming up this Monday. And then the big thing is every Saturday I do a show called Only Slabs. We have community members bring on about 20 of their comic book slabs. We feature them. It's a collector showcase. We got a show coming up this Saturday. It's at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you stopping by. And we'll keep it going. Let's go ahead and get Niobe up here, man. Niobe. I know you got something you want to promote, brother. What do you got to say before we get going?
Well, let our new friends there know that outside of me just showing all those comic books, I actually make comic books, and I make the comic book, and we're published in comic book shops. And my book is called Niobe, and we have Niobe Outbreak number 3 out at the LCS now. This is 3 of 5. So I'm encouraging anyone who wants to check out my work. Please, go buy Niobe at the LCS. And we also have a Kickstarter currently running for Niobe, the cosplay editions, where we have Niobe cosplaying as Chun-Li and Cammy from Street Fighter. So here's kind of what the art looks like inside of one of our books, in case no one's ever seen it.
Beautiful. Nice color.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if the book is called Niobe, you can buy it at your local comic book shop. Anyone that deals with Diamond can get this. So go pick up our book.
Nice. Darth, I know you're on mute, guy. You want to? There you are. Sorry, brother.
Oh yeah, I got nothing, bro. Be going back to work after my little vacation and be working on my project.
Yeah, I know you got that project coming out, so I can't wait to see it. And man, whenever it's time for me to, do my little piece, bro, let me know, man. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna get off. The wife just gave me that look.
Hey, man, I know that look. That's why I'm not married anymore. And for and for our last guest, our first guest, her first live stream, my buddy, my new friend. I hope I can call you friend, Glam and Luke.
Absolutely.
I hope you stop by more than once.
We're all friends here in this community.
Buddy, and thank you for sticking by. I want to go ahead and let you have this opportunity to promote your channel. Go ahead, Glam.
All right. Well, my channel is Gotham and Glam. Yeah, we're, doing all right. I'm trying to just stay consistent. That's really the best you can do. I'm more active on Instagram. I try to post daily on Instagram. Same handle, Gotham _and_underscore glam. So I post there a lot. I try to post at least a couple times a week on YouTube. And trying to stay consistent. I mentioned earlier in the stream, but Luke and I are planning on starting a podcast soon. The working title is The Brave and the Stoned. And it's just going to be us kind of chilling out, talking comics, because he's a bit newer to the hobby. He's only just now learning a lot of stuff. So I think it'll be fun. Come along on the journey with us. And yeah, that's about all I have to say.
Everyone else is objectively wrong.
Yeah, and I hope you guys stop by. I do it every Sunday. So if you guys have time, it'd be cool to make you kind of like this family here that hangs out on Sundays. You guys are more than welcome to stop by. Of course, Rob, you're more than welcome to stop by, man. At any time. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I got
everyone bring a dish to pass.
Yeah, thanks. And yes, guys, I do have some news too. Don't forget, you can see it on the scroll, right? 200 subscriber giveaway. We hit that today. Thanks to Luke. He was number 200. I'm going to be doing that on the day of the Comic Book Community Awards, November 2nd, 3 p.m. I'm going to be giving away a stack of books that I've been racking my brain over. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Remember, it's a giveaway, guys, so please be kind. And it's, you're not paying for nothing. All you got to do is hang out like we did today. Hopefully we can get somebody like Rob himself to stop by just to help me out, make sure I run this thing properly. Because, it would suck if you guys show up and then I can't give nothing away.
It would really suck if we started a stream and the first 15 minutes didn't have audio.
Yeah. So skip back. If you skip over the first 10 minutes, and then you'll see a great show. We had a great time. So, yes, I'll be doing that next Saturday. Also, the Razor Rants. Yes, I'm going to be having another one coming out. Yes, it's going to be about the Comic Book Community Awards and Brian LCS. I was hoping we could get him on here today. That's okay. But look for that. That'll be dropping during the week. And then I want to thank everybody out here, my guest, Lisa Noble, everybody in the chat that stopped by, Beckerman. We had a lot of people. We had Joe stop by. We had Luis stop by. I want to make sure I get everybody in here. Of course, we have Rob, Steven Spock, who's been following me for day one. Darth Lopez, of course, he was on the panel. So thank you guys for actually participating. And, we had Legion of Comics in here earlier. So, guys, I really appreciate it. I want to thank Lisa. She is the person who I'm going to be voting for my moderator. I didn't get a chance to fill out my, my poll. Unfortunately, maybe I'll do a live stream about that later on. But I am voting for Lisa. Vote for your guys' favorite content creator. Participate. My feedback is only about, Brian, it's not about the Comic Book Community Awards, but participate, guys. Make sure you vote for your favorite content creator. Show up. It's going to be a fun time. But before you guys do that, stop by here, Razor Comics. We'll have a good time. We'll do the giveaway. And I want to thank you guys, the comic book community, for stopping by, hanging out with your boy. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, Rob. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Glam. Niobe, you always come by, brother, every Sunday.
Yeah, brother, appreciate
it, man. Thanks for showing up. Guys, until next time, you know what we do around here? Check you later.
I want that giant size X-Men. God damn it.
We nailed it.